TheWhoThatDaily.com. That's right, TheWhoThatDaily.com. Your one-stop shop for everything New Orleans Saints, New Orleans Pelicans, LSU Tigers, even the top flight boxing news. So if you're a Who That and you're looking for a place to stay up on your team, TheWhoThatDaily.com is your site. TheWhoThatDaily.com for the sport Who That in all of us.
Yeah. Well, all right. Like you always say, welcome, welcome, welcome. Number one sports talking D. We ain't like the Falcons. We won't blow the lead. Look, all we talk is who that, who got cut and who back. Rookies in the vets, players you should look at. It's the sports coma, you don't wanna miss it. Got the pre-game, party, post-game statistics. Get a visit from Sway, maybe DC or 5. It's the hottest thing smoking, Big Q and the guys. Go to YouTube Live, make sure you subscribe. Interviews inside the Saints locker room high. Talk to Drew, Jordan, Zach, Peyton, New Orleans, Who That Nation. Best believe when I say we bleed gold and black. Ain't a miracle or rivalry could ever hold us back. No, Beastquake, Bounty Gate, let the truth be told. It's the sports coma, all we know is say Super Bowl. Yeah.
You're listening to the Sports Coma with Big Q and the guys on the PRO Media Network.
Who that to the black and gold family, man. We're in this thing. Saturday stream is going down. TSC Week 7 Saints versus Seahawks Preview. We got a special guest in the building for this one, Chom Then. So much love to the great Saint Think Tank and the rest of the family members. We up in this thing big time. Appreciate y'all joining us for the Saturday stream. We got a special guest, Michael-Shawn Dugar of the Athletic Seattle, and also the co-host of the show, Seattle podcast, Man to Man, is representing the Seattle family members here in the stream. We're going to talk Seattle Saints preview, baby, up in this one. So, Mike, welcome to the stream, my brother.
Thank you for having me, man. That was quite the melody of sounds we had. I think the website ad had some G-Funk, and then there was like a marching band, and then we ended with like some trap, or other more like funk.
We took you all the way around that thing.
Yeah, man. I was like, wow, we banging today. That was up. I ain't never had no G-Funk intro, so that's cool.
That's what's up, bro. Well, you know, we kind of rhythmatic here there, Mike. We like to kind of
I learned very quickly. Yeah, I was like, yo, the Who Dat Nation bars. Yeah, I was like, all right. This I feel now me having a do-rag on feels much more
you right on the mode,
in line
right
with
there.
the vibe of the show. Yeah,
You're
usually
good.
that's not the case. Now this seems like very appropriate. So yeah, let's do it.
That's what's up, man. Listen, fam, Mike he's gonna talk about the Seattle Seahawks matchup with the Saints here coming up on Monday night. And Mike, you know, before we fired it up, man, we was talking about the fact that, you know, a few things, man. In particular, I know this is the injury report right here that we had from yesterday. And if you know, I'm scrolling down, looking at what's going on. You can see right there. They said the Rashad Penny's return to practice remains on injury reserve, designated to return. But man, y'all got a laundry list of different injuries going on. Collins with the groin and all this kind of stuff. Big Gabe is on there, bro. I see a bunch of people. Taylor's on there. Oh man, Metcalf is on there. He DNP, Freddie Swain, and all that kind of stuff. So before we get that going, bro, talk to us about the status of your squad, man. From a health standpoint, who plays, who doesn't play? What do you think, Mike?
Who doesn't play? That's a good question. I don't think Alex Collins, the running back, plays. Not practicing. It's hard to say, you know, but not practicing for 2 days. And the 2 days that they usually like actually do practice, like Fridays, usually like pretty walkthrough, pretty light, red zone stuff or whatever, you know, specialized things, not too heavy. But I think not practicing Thursday and Friday is a bad sign for Alex Collins. That would mean that Rashad Penny, first round pick in 2018, who is on injured reserve, but like you noted, designated to return, which means he'll probably get activated to the 53-man roster ahead of the game. He'll probably make his first career start, which is crazy to think about. again as a 2018 first round pick.
Right.
Everybody else, though, I feel pretty decent about. Darrell Taylor, as scary as his neck injury looked against the Steelers, like I wouldn't be surprised if he plays Monday night. Bobby Wagner, Gabe Jackson, Dwayne Brown, all those guys just basically getting rest, which is another way of saying they old. I think they'll be fine. They've had those designations for years, at least in the case of Dwayne and Bobby, because Gabe's new around here. DK's foot thing is interesting, but he had that same foot thing last week and didn't practice last week, and then played against the Steelers and played just fine. So I just think that's one of those maintenance things. I mean, everybody's banged up. I mean, it's football. If you ain't banged up, you're probably the punter. And so I think that's just part of the game. You know, what are we at week 7? I know the Saints have already had a bye, but that's just part of the game. 6 weeks in plus the preseason. So I think of the guys who are on the list, I think Damian Lewis, left guard, second-year guy at LSU. Actually, I think he's in danger of not playing. He's just like Alex, didn't practice. It's like three-pronged. Damian didn't finish the game. Damian didn't practice Thursday. Damian didn't practice Friday. That's usually pretty bad. That's like a 1, 2, 3, you're out type of thing in Seattle, traditionally, with like a few exceptions. Alex is the same. Didn't finish the game, didn't practice Thursday, didn't practice Friday. So I think those two are most in danger of not playing, and that would mean more reps for Rashad Penny. And at left guard, that would mean more reps for Jamarco Jones, who came in to replace Damian in the third quarter against the Steelers.
Penny, man, regardless or not, though, bro, Penny is when I've seen Penny play, he was impactful. The problem with Penny in most cases is his injuries. It feels like he's snake bitten. He just can't stay healthy, but he's a very dangerous back in the game. Some of the games that I've seen him play is pretty impactful. Yeah, go ahead, Mike.
Yeah, no, he's definitely had some bad luck, and he's an interesting case study for how predictive college injury history is.
Oh yeah.
Because you know, every team goes to the combine and they poke every part of your body, even the parts they don't want you to poke, you know, before they draft you. And Rashad had never had an injury in 4 years at San Diego State. He was, you know, clean bill of health. As soon as he got to the league, broke his finger, knee, ankle, knee, a bunch of stuff. And it's an interesting look. Not to say every player is going to be like that going forward, but it is to suggest that, like, just because you are injured a lot in college doesn't mean you'll be injured a lot in the pros. You know, you get like a Frank Gore situation, or just because you stayed very clean your whole career in college, like Rashad, doesn't mean that continues. Like, there's no perfect way to predict injuries. I think in the macro sense, Rashad's case is very interesting in that regard. Cause like he told us on Friday, he'd never been hurt. He don't know how to be on IR. He don't know what rehab looked like. And that's a whole different mental battle to go through. And so if he does get what it will be, again, his first start in 4 years as a first round pick, if he gets that, I'll be honestly, you're not supposed to do a bunch of rooting. I'll be excited for him, man. That's a lot of mental grinding you got to do to get to your first start as a first round pick. So I'll be hoping to see he seizes the opportunity, win or lose. I just hope he gets through the game healthy and, you know, has a few good runs.
Yeah, bro. We talked, and you make a great point on that. Speaking of the punter situation, that Mike, our punter is on the injury list. I think he'll play.
Oh,
but it
damn.
just shows you how. But it's just the illness. That's all.
Oh, okay. He had some Chipotle like AJ Brown.
Something like that.
He had that Chipotle burrito, man.
He had something going on there, bro. But yeah, but let's talk about, you know, of course, the injury situation. You know, Russell Wilson is not there. Carson is not there as well. So, you know, that's a lot of that offense. Russell Wilson's a big part of what goes on there. Geno Smith is kind of hitting this thing for you guys. Let's talk about Geno Smith, which one of the family members in the chat asked about, you know, do you have faith in Geno to kind of steady the ships, so to speak, until Russell is able to return? How do you think he plays against the Saints?
You know, I think Geno is like, he's capable. He's like the definition of capable, serviceable, all these words that we use when we don't really have other adjectives to describe someone who's like okay, but not like terrible. Like, he's just right there in the middle. In theory, if all the parts around him are working well, he should be able to get it done. Seattle does not have a good defense. That's one of the parts not working well around him. Before the third quarter against the Saints, the running game wasn't really working well around him. And then you had some issues with the protection too, which is why they didn't score any damn points to start the game against the Steelers. But what's been interesting about Geno is he has had the dream scenario, man, twice. Primetime game, quarterback, fourth quarter, overtime. You're down one possession. You got the ball. You go down there and score. The game's over. 2 turnovers. Like now, the first turnover was not necessarily his fault. Tyler Lockett fell down, did a little flopping, in my opinion. Game's over for interception against the Rams. In relief duty too. That would have been super heroic to come off the bench for the first time in since the Cold War to come in and make your first appearance. That would have been very hard. Steelers game though, he got time to prepare. He had the ball in overtime. A field goal wins it at that point, since both teams has already had the ball once. Field goal wins it. You got the rock. No one to blame but yourself. You fumble it away and the team loses. And I just think that this game is binary at the end of the day. All those caveats only really matter, to the writers, to maybe some of the staff, maybe like your agent, whatever. But at the end of the day, the Seahawks are going to have 2 numbers next to their name. And one's going to be wins and one's going to be losses. It won't have all these details about who was hurt. It won't have any details about who was playing quarterback. Did you win the game or did you lose the game? And when you are the quarterback, you are most capable of influencing winning more than any other player on the field. And if you have the ball in your hands in overtime to win the game and you don't deliver, that's on you. So I think I don't really care how many yards Geno throws for, what passes, what area of the field he attacks. That's like a thing around here since he's much taller than Russ. Maybe you guys have dealt with that a little bit too, having someone like Jameis taller than Drew, what areas of the field they attack. I don't care about that. Don't care about how many yards he runs for, whatever. You have to win. That's it. I was just watching a replay of the Thursday night game because that's what I do on Saturday mornings now. I was watching it, and after he threw that touchdown to DK, you could see him tapping his veins, kind of like D'Angelo Russell in the NBA do. Like, I got the ice in my veins, right? All right, well, if you're gonna be that dude, which I have no problem with, I like that. But if you're gonna be that dude, you gotta win the game. You do the ice in the veins thing after they were still losing after that touchdown, right? Like, so you gotta just deliver, and that's why he knows that too. To Geno's credit, after the Steelers game, I think I asked him like, "Yo, what's up?" And he was like, "Hey, the defense has given me the ball twice to go in the game, and I haven't come through. We have to be better, and I have to be better." He said, "I vow to be better." Boom! I ain't hearing that was the first quote of the press conference. I was ready to leave. That's all I needed to hear. As long as you know you're not getting it done, and you know you need to get it done, I'm not gonna bug you for another 10 minutes. I'm gonna write my story. Like that was good to hear from Geno because ultimately that is the reality of the situation. There's no moral victories just because Russ is out.
Yeah, you're right. Nobody's gonna spot you in the points because Russ is missing, man. To be honest with you, right? If your stars is out, man, you're required to win regardless, man. And the family base do not want to hear Russell Wilson or Chris Carson is missing, or anybody for that matter. You have to find a way to win. That's what it's all about. You're absolutely right. Let's talk about that, Mike. Give me your interpretation on what you think happens in this game for Seattle. I know you're a Seattle man through and through. What is your perspective? What do you think how the game unfolds and the keys to victory for Seattle to beat the Saints? What you think?
The key I think is forcing pressure on Jameis. He's not like on pace for 30 picks or something like that, like he was the year 2019. But he's still like in terms of percentage of turnover worthy plays, he's still pretty high. I think he's in the top half of the league, top 12. So you can get him into some mistakes, and when he's not pressured, just kind of perusing Pro Football Focus. When he's not pressured, he's Jameis, right? He's like, oh. That's why he was, the number 1 pick in 2015. And then when he gets some pressure on him, it's like, whoa, he was the number 1 pick in 2015. And if you're Seattle, your goal is to make him the latter, right? They haven't had a ton of sacks. They only have one guy with more than one this year. Darrell Taylor is the only guy that has more than one. He has 4. But sacks are largely determined by who you play, like who you are sacking, because sacks are so quarterback dependent. I think watching Aaron Rodgers is a really good example. Dudes be running free right at him. He just throws the ball away. That has nothing to do with the player who's rushing or the O line, how good they are. That's all. That was on Aaron to turn that from a throwaway to a sack or vice versa. So I think that's an instructive lesson for like Saints fans who are perhaps worried about Cam Jordan this year. Like who you're going after matters. I just watched the Washington game. Taylor Heineke's got like the second lowest sack rate in the league. Well, there you go. I don't know who else the Saints have played, but like you just could look at the quarterback and that can be a little bit more influential. I bring that up because Jameis is like top 12 in sack rate. he's up there with guys like Carson Wentz, who runs into a lot of sacks, holds the ball. So I think if you're Seattle, that's step 1 or 2, however you want to look at it. The other step clearly would be to tackle Alvin Kamara. In that 2019 game, Alvin Kamara, I tried to look it up and I couldn't find it. I'm pretty sure he made about 75 defenders miss him, or generated 75 missed tackles is the better way to put that. I've never seen someone his size make people miss the way and it's not like he's just juking everybody,
He'll run through you too now.
He'll
break
tackles. Bounce off of him, I'm sure you guys are familiar with Sharif, the doctor that does the balance work with Alvin Kamara. Yeah. Right. So he also trains Geno, I just learned.
Oh, okay.
Yeah, so I was talking to Sharif this week, and that came up that he trains Kamara too, and it's just unbelievable the core strength that Kamara has to just have guys bounce off of him at that. It's unreal. So Seattle knows that if you can tackle 41, you have a shot, because as you guys know, Kamara's usage is pretty high. Only Derrick Henry runs the ball more on a per game basis. I think Kamara's about 18-8. Derrick Henry's at 27, which is ridiculous.
Crazy.
Yeah, unreal. But yeah, Kamara's usage is pretty high, but the usage hasn't translated to efficiency. Kamara's not very high in like yards per carry, some advanced metrics, the EPA, Football Outsiders, DVOA metric for running backs. So the efficiency, the Saints run game as a whole has been about average. So if you tackle 41, who's getting a lot of attention, and then you force 7, or what's Jameis number 2? You force Jameis into bad decisions, then you win the game. That's easier said than done, and you still have to score. You still have to complete passes on Marshawn Lattimore, which I'm not sure is humanly possible at this rate. I mean, I've only watched the tape of that.
Looking good, bro.
That game against Terry. So I watched it not knowing that he had won Defensive Player of the Week. Because I just watched it in the middle of the night one day, and I was like, wow, this is probably the best. This is unreal. And then I went to go write about it yesterday and was like, oh, he won Defensive Player of the Week. Oh, that makes sense. Like, okay, this isn't some secret. Everyone knows that he played really well. So like, if I had to, those are probably the 3 keys: tackle 41, put pressure on Jameis, and I won't want to say avoid 23 because you got to throw at him, but man, make some calculated decisions when throwing at 23, because I don't think I've ever seen somebody get 5 PBUs on one player, just on Terry alone. That was probably one of the best individual corner performances I've seen, and
that was pretty good.
Wow. That was really good, man. That dude is legit. He's legit.
Yeah, they broke him off this past this season here. And he's been playing that level ever since then, bro. He used that as a sleepy demeanor with Laddie Daddy, we call him. But this time around, he is every bit of what we anticipated that he would be. And of course, Paulson Adebo, the rookie back there as well, is playing pretty good. The Saints secondary is really stepping up too. And of course, but let me throw this at you, Mike. Chris Richard. Coach Richard is our DB's coach. So, let me ask you this question. What do you think that Coach Richard brings to the secondary from your perspective? Because listen, for me, for when I'm watching them last year, it's a whole nother level of how these guys, I mean, he has young guys, the rookies looking good, and veteran cornerbacks like Ken Crawley and PJ Williams, our handshake coordinator. He is doing a terrific job of helping these guys kind of rejuvenate themselves to a degree. They're playing with a high degree of confidence. Talk to us about Chris Richard and his method.
So I covered Richard, I want to say just 1 year. I think the 2017 season, in which they didn't make the playoffs, but the defense was still good, and he got canned. And I thought that was very strange. I remember saying that like in real time before he even got another gig. I think later with like Dallas. I think I even saw him at the combine that year and was like, yo, what? Like, the defense was not the problem last year, right? It was the fact they had the worst run game ever. So like anybody who works for Pete Carroll, any of his defensive assistants, they know the importance of the ball. Whether you're Robert Saleh, Dan Quinn, Gus Bradley, Chris Richard, Ken Norton Jr., all these guys know you got to get your hands on the ball. But I think Richard, because he's got that DB background, has been really good at implementing that wherever he goes. I think Dallas' secondary immediately got better. When he showed up in 2018, or 19. Whenever he showed up, they got better. The secondary did. And I didn't know that about New Orleans secondary. I hadn't looked into it too much, but yeah, like it's no surprise to me that you say a Richard-led secondary is getting better, is getting their hands on passes. Don't the Saints lead the league in interceptions right now? something close to that.
Yeah, I think they're close. I'm not sure if they're leading the league. I'm gonna have to look up that stat right there.
Either they're leading the league or they're pretty high in interceptions, and have a good red zone defense. So I mean, like, none of that stuff surprises me, just because I don't think people understand a lot of stuff falls on the coordinators, but position coaches really influence these guys throughout the week. That's who they spend their time with in all the meeting rooms. That's who they watch film with in games. That's who's doing a lot of the adjustments. You know, if a team runs a concept and the team doesn't know how to defend it right away, your coordinators, or excuse me, your position coaches, you sit down with, they got the little iPad, like, hey, look, yo, if he does this, you carry the number one, you midpoint this, whatever, and then boom, and then you fix it. Like, that's your coordinator don't got time to do that. He's busy, right? But your position coaches who like knows how to coach your guys up. So to see someone like even Lattimore, like basically playing like how he plays Mike Evans every week, like that's pretty scary, and that's probably not a coincidence, you know.
Yeah, it's big. And the Saints are third, by the way, in the
Third.
NFL.
Okay.
So you're absolutely right on that, Mike. But it's intriguing, man. I just want to throw that about Coach Richard out there. I was really excited when they brought him in because he took over for Aaron Glenn, who went up to Detroit along with Campbell. And, you know, they got that whole little thing going on up there, which don't
pray
look too
for
good.
those guys, man. That's
I
cool,
know,
man.
my brother.
Coach
Good
was crying after five games. You crying after 5 games, my boy. It's gonna be a long season for you.
Long season, boy. Yeah. I tell you, man. Damn. But let's get into it though, bro. It's intriguing. The defense. We talking about the defense, the performance of Jameis Winston, because a lot of people say that about Jameis Winston too. Thinking about his with Coach Payton and Jameis Winston have going on in the black and gold building. Of course, Taysom. I'm not sure Taysom will be in this game. I'm not certain that they'll activate him. He was DMP'd for the last couple of days here, so under concussion protocol. So we'll see.
Oh, did he get hurt on that throw?
He got knocked out of the game.
You know what? That's messed up. That was Jameis's fault too. Led him way too far. I think a safety cleaned him up. That's another part of playing quarterback that's underrated, man. Protect your guys. You have to protect your guys, man. That's unfortunate. That I saw him get hurt. I didn't realize he was out because of that. Damn, that sucks.
Yeah, he led him, bro. He was going for it, and what was the defensive back could have pulled up. The defensive back could have pulled because he's seen the ball going, bro. The guy had a dirty hit on him. They should have ejected him. You know, we did the live stream watch party. They should have ejected the guy. They gave him a 15-yard penalty. He had plenty of time. It just was a dirty play by dirty. You know, the guy just did a dirty play on Taysom. But he's supposed to come back. Hopefully he comes back. If not, then. But what's intriguing about that Washington game is that Coach Payton and Jameis Winston had to figure a way to make it work together, as opposed to Coach Payton says, Taysom, come on in here and give me a spark. Go over here, get in there, get the shotgun. And run over 3 or 4 guys for a touchdown, get that touchdown for me, help me out. They had to scheme that thing with Jameis to be able to get it, and I think they're building up that camaraderie. The Saints defense, let's get on that side of things, because that's a tall order, bro, for the Seattle offense to move it against the Saints defense. They're playing really well right now, and we gaining some pieces back. We have some guys like Paulson Adebo, our cornerback, and Pete Werner, our linebacker, playing next to DeMario Davis. That these guys are just stepping up and playing lights out football for the black and gold. So you anticipate that Seattle will be able to move that offense against that really strict Saints defense, especially in the red zone. They're the best in the NFL in stopping you there. So what's your take on that?
Is the Warner, is that the kid from Ohio State?
That's right.
The linebacker?
Yes.
Dang, I wanted Seattle to draft him, man. I was looking at his, he could run and hit, man. He was
he's third on the team in sacks, bro.
Oh, is he really?
Oh, tackles. Wow. I'm sorry. Tackles.
Oh, tackles. I mean, still, that's impressive, because that's a white dude, isn't that? Yes. I didn't know how many more white linebackers we were making.
we got it's a bunch of we had Alex Anzalone, we had several other players, Chase Hansen, a few other guys, but yeah, that guy could play, man.
Yeah, I'm gonna answer your question, but is Caden Ellis still on the team?
He is.
Yeah, I covered him in college, actually. Yeah, he's from Idaho. Yeah, he was right. Yeah, and a very low level. To see him in the NFL, that's very impressive, man. It's hard to make it from a school like Idaho. But to answer your question, the Saints run D is pretty crazy, man. And run D is about 2 things. It's about it's about discipline. And to consistently be good at it, you have to be consistently good at both of those things. You got to just want to beat the guy in front of you. There's only but so many schemes people are running in the run game, right? You're running inside zone, wide zone, whatever, outside zone, however you want to classify it. You're dressing them up with some end around jet sweep stuff to get the linebackers thinking. But at the end of the day, The lineman block a dude in front of him and the running back runs it, right? Like to be really good at stopping that, you just got to be better than the dude in front of you, and you got to stay in your gaps. And eye discipline is very important. Right. And so that's why they typically, barring like a mess of injuries, the teams that are really good at run defense stay good at it because they're just disciplined. That usually means you're coached pretty well, and the guys there are disciplined. You don't just all of a sudden get undisciplined usually, unless you're led by a bunch of rookies. So I would be really worried about that from Seattle's standpoint, regardless of who the running back is. Because I think run blocking is more indicative of run success than the running back himself. So as long as the Seahawks can block, they should be fine. But man, the blocking the Saints has been easier said than done, man. They got guys who, again, are disciplined, not letting you run the ball on them in the red zone, which is the easiest way to score in the red zone is to run it. And the Saints are letting you do that. That's very tough. I think that puts more of the pressure on Geno to manufacture easy yardage in the throwing game. Maybe I should put the pressure on Shane Waldron, the offensive coordinator, because that's what I would do. If I was a coordinator, I wouldn't. And you see this with the Tampa Bay Buccaneers. The run defense is so damn good. Teams just aren't running it. They're doing a lot of quick game screens, moving the pocket, just being like, why run at Vita Vea if we don't have to, right? There's nothing in the rule book that says you got to do that. And so I would treat the Saints very similarly. Like, all right, cool. Maybe we're not going to get 4 yards a pop with Rashad Penny on Monday, but maybe we can get 4 yards on a Tyler Lockett little flare screen. Well, that's the same as a run, right? Maybe we can get 4 yards on this fly sweep to Freddie Swain. Well, that's just as good as a run on first or down or second down or whatever. So because I know Pete Carroll, I know he's going to come out there trying to impose his will and just pound it. But I think by like midway through the second quarter, they'll have to have a talk like, hey, guys, this isn't working. Let's try to manufacture some easy stuff the other way because I think the Saints have a clear advantage up front as it pertains to the run game in this matchup.
Oh, yeah, it's intriguing, man, because a lot of people starting to understand the Saints are for real, and they were still, like I said before, missing a lot of key personnel there. Davenport was out since week 1. I mean, he got hurt, and he was doing pretty good in that Green Bay game until he got hurt, and then we didn't see any more of him, and he's due to come back this matchup, so he helps out Cam. David Onyemata doesn't return until the following week. So we get a lot of impactful players. Quan Alexander is due to come back. So we get, some really defensive stalwarts for us that will help improve the defense even further with those guys missing. So that's an even scarier thought thinking about it. But, 2 more questions, Mike, for you. Number 1, your offensive line. It's kind of banged up. What do you think about that? And number 2, Lockett. We know about DK Metcalf and what he can do. He leads the team right now in receptions. He's a phenomenal talent. But Lockett, to me, is the key to a lot of what Seattle done. He's so slick and intelligent. He helps keep offensive drives alive for Seattle. Your offensive line and Lockett, what do you think about those two?
Like I said, if Damian Lewis is out, he'll be replaced by Jamarco Jones, who's he's pretty experienced. I mean, Jamarco's got experience playing guard, playing tackle. I mean, shoot, in the Steelers game alone, he replaced Brandon Shell for a few snaps. That's the right tackle. And then he replaced Damian Lewis, the left guard, on the same game. His versatility is very important to what Seattle wants to do offensively. Other than that, though, I think they're going to be okay health-wise. I think Gabe Jackson, the right guard, will be fine. Kyle Fuller, the center, he's got his hands full against the Saints front, but he should play. Dwayne Brown, left tackle, should play. It's really just on Jamarco in terms of being a new piece there. And he's kind of hot and cold. He can block. In pass protection. I mean, he was a left tackle on Ohio State national championship team, I'm pretty sure. So he can, that's what he can do. But he had some bad run block losses, I guess I would call them, that caused some negative runs in the Steelers game, particularly late in the game, that really, really, really hurt the team on early downs because they thought they could just keep running it on the Saints. And then TJ Watt said, no, you're not going to do that anymore. And some of that was on Jamarco. So how he performs will be important. I think he'll be fine, though. Especially with a full week of reps, knowing, hey, you're going to play guard this week. Here's the scheme. Here's how we're going to stop these guys. So he's the only new guy, but I don't think his presence alone will tip the scale either way. I think Seattle's O-line is just going to continue to be what it's been, which is okay at times, really great at other times, just kind of in between depending on the situation. As for Tyler, I don't know how many times he's played the Saints. I know the last time he did, he went off.
I know.
And he went off. He had one of them games where you wonder why he's not getting that type of attention more often. I think he's somewhere middle of the pack like 7 targets a game or something like that. Him and DK both are splitting about 17 or excuse me, like 15, 16 targets a game. And you just feel like that should be more. In that Saints game, he got 14 targets. Now, part of that is because I think Michael-Shawn Lattimore was on DK, who got like 2 targets the whole game. One of them was a 54-yarder at the end of the first half on Marshawn, and then that was it. That was the extent of DK's day against Lattimore. And then I think he had one other catch against someone else for like 13 yards. So I think this game might be somewhat similar because you said Paulson. Is that the Stanford kid?
Yes.
Yeah. Okay. See, I do my draft work. So when you say these names, I just don't know where all of them end up. So I remember him. I went to Washington State too. So Pac-12 guys in particular, I like Marcus Williams. I remember him at Utah. So like that, the Pac-12 guys I remember. Anyway, the Seahawks are gonna try to get Tyler Lockett on whoever's not on DK. That's just kind of been the plan the last few years, to be honest. Like you look at some of Tyler's big games, it's because another dude was guarding DK. You know, that Arizona game, week 7 last year, that's famous for Budda Baker getting hawked by DK. Tyler had like 200 yards in that game and 3 touchdowns and had 15 catches. Why? Because Patrick Peterson was on DK Metcalf. So I think that you could see something similar in this game where Marshawn is just making it so that you have to throw a perfect ball to get it to DK, and Geno Smith maybe not taking those same risks, maybe not as often. You know, like I said, DK is about 7 targets a game, maybe 8. I could see him only getting like 4 this week just because of, you know, the coverage. If Lattimore follows him, I know the Saints play a lot of man, so I anticipate them following him. So this could be a game where Tyler gets like 13 targets just because hell, he's the only guy open. You know, so I think he maybe not go for 154 like he went in 2019, but I could see it, like I said, a 13 target game or something like that, just by virtue of Geno not trying to throw it anywhere near number 23.
Yeah. You know, you know what, Mike, you're absolutely right. And I was looking at it, and some of the family members from the Great Saint Think Tank and Who That Nation agree with me. Some of them say, nah, Q, you put Laddie Daddy on DK Metcalf.
Yeah, like, absolutely.
Yeah, and I was fair. I was like, listen, man, Lockett is somebody that's slick. He's very slick. And the Debo, if it could be a performance like when we played against the Carolina Panthers, where DJ Moore got going, man, he cooked the Debo. But the Debo did respond in kind, and the majority of the times he's been absolutely fantastic. So maybe some doubling needs to occur where we could be able to kind of, I don't know if you can neutralize Lockett because he's so slick and intelligent how he does. I mean, how he operates. And like I said, they people really don't give him enough credit for how good he is. He's a very slick wide receiver and very impactful. So yeah, I remember Lockett. So I was like, man, listen, we might have to switch it up a bit, you know, and do something about that, man. But Freddie Swain Freddie Swain been kind of off there. They trying to anticipate Freddie being the third wide receiver. He hasn't been consistent, Mike. They asking for him to step up. I hear a lot of the people saying Swain needs to step up. What you think about him?
Well, so the thing about like the third receiver, quote unquote, in any offense, it's not just Seattle's offense, is like, okay, if you're the third receiver, what that means is not necessarily that you're third in targets or receptions or whatever. It usually means you're third on a lot of reads. And quarterbacks don't have a ton of time to get to the third read a lot of the time. They just don't. And even if they do, they might just stay on the first or second read, depending on who that first or second read is, right? You know, if you're the Packers and your first read's Devontae Adams and you got time, I'm going to just stay on 17 till you get open. You know, I don't really care about this Allen Lazard thing. Like, that's just an example. So all of Freddie Swain's touchdowns in his career, I believe, are broken plays or busted coverages, plays in which the other team did something wrong, was paying too much attention.
He was running wide ass open down.
Why? I mean, if anybody has time, go look at all of Freddie Swain's. There's only like 4 of them. Go look at all of them. They are all busted coverages or broken plays. I think his touchdown against the Niners this year is a broken play more than a busted coverage. But I mean, the third play of the Steelers game, Freddie is so wide open. The closest person to him might have been me, but just Geno didn't see him. But why was he open? You go look at the tape. 2 guys went to Tyler Lockett. And it was man coverage. They were like, I think they were like pattern matching. Like you could see the corner try to pass it off, and the other guy just didn't take it. And then boom, Freddie's wide open. So I think Freddie could have like a play here or there, and this might be the game for that to happen. Because like I said, I think the Saints are like 7th in the league in the rate in which they play man coverage, and man coverage requires a lot of communication, a lot of passing routes off. You see, I saw some of that in the Washington game where like if they're passing off the shallow crossers or the mesh routes, so that way you don't get lost in traffic or get rubbed off in a pick route. So in those instances, if they don't do it right, if the discipline's not there, don't be surprised if number 18's wide ass open in the end zone because Tyler and DK got most of the attention. But that is not to say Freddie can't play, but that's just anybody when you're a third option. You're getting the scraps, right? Like you're getting the scraps, or you need to take advantage of one-on-one matchups on third down against like the other team's number 3 corner. Mm-hmm. That's usually how you eat as a number 3 receiver. But again, you're the third option half the damn time. So it's very, and that's not counting running backs or tight ends. You're just the third receiver. So Freddie can ball, but I think that like not just the Seahawks fan base, a lot of fan bases overestimate what a number 3 receiver can actually do in any given offense. I think the Bucs right now are throwing the math off because Godwin, Evans, and AB are all eating, and that is not normal. That's a rare. That's not normal at all. They're all about the same in targets, receptions, and yards too this year. And that even split is not the case. What happens in Seattle, what happens in what's happening in like Dallas, kind of is like usually what you see in terms of like one or two guys really high up on the totem pole, and then a third guy way lower getting the scraps. That's kind of where Freddie's at right now, which what happens when you're playing with Tyler Lockett and DK Metcalf.
Well, bro, let me tell you, I hope Freddie has thick skin because he's going up against Chauncey Gardner-Johnson. So
is that the dude that be getting everybody ejected?
There you go.
Oh man, he is fun. You know what I would
hope you have thick skin.
If I was in that type of world, I would really try to hack NFL films and see what type of audio I could get. Right. Yeah. What is he saying to these dudes to
bro,
get them
I'm
to
saying, Mike, I'm saying, listen, it's only what? 1, 2, maybe 3 things that a guy can say you to get you that hot. To see you want to throw at him.
Another black dude, at least. The only 3 things another black dude can say to get you that hot. Yeah.
All right. One of them, you talking about your mama.
Mm-hmm.
2, he talking about your girl.
Mm-hmm.
And 3, it's a combination of things, but it might be a combination of number 2, and the third could be a mixture of things. But those things are the ones to get you hot enough to come to blows with them. Even though it happened with I forgot the other guy with the Chicago, I think it was. They warned
Javon Wims? Was that him?
Yeah, I think it was Wims. He was warned. Listen. This guy talks a lot, and he still got an altercation with him. So I'm like, well, what the hell? But he's saying some stuff, and then of course he runs back like he's innocent. I didn't say anything. This guy's just happy, just tripping.
I think I would put number 3 as a word that starts with a B or a word that starts with a P. That will set any man
on mixture of thereof.
Yeah, regardless of race. Like I said, there's a very important distinction. You add a white guy to the mix, he can say a couple things that'll just set it.
Well,
another brother can only say like one of 3 or 4 things that really get you to just lose your cool and forget that you at work. Because that's what this Gardner-Johnson dude, like, he gets dudes to forget they at work, which is really hard because these guys are professionals. He just gets dudes like, forget this. I'm about to swing on you. Like that's it. Yeah. Like that's what it is. I would really like to pay a lot of money or just hire a hacker, probably cheaper,
to find out what the hell he's saying.
What is this guy saying to get people to just forget that they're at work? That is hard to do, man. He seems to be the best at it in the NFL. I thought it was Jalen Ramsey for a long time. It is clearly this dude. It's clearly this dude right now, leader in the clubhouse in terms of making dudes forget they at work.
Bro, Ramsey, he don't have nothing on Chauncey Gardner-Johnson. Let me tell you something, bro.
But didn't Michael Thomas fight him?
Yes, his teammate in practice.
Oh,
he was calling him slant man and all this kind of stuff, and he said some other stuff in there as well. But they kind of hashed it out. But yeah, when you fight your own teammates, it don't. I mean, he got whatever he got. He's doing. He's weaponized that thing to the point
where did Chauncey play college ball?
Florida.
Oh, okay. That could go a couple ways then, because Freddie played at Florida. And
really?
So yeah, Chauncey's the 2019 draft and Freddie's the 2020. So they overlapped for sure.
Okay.
So they could know. I don't know if they know each other. I just thought of that at the top of my head. So that could they could either be like cool and it could just be all love, or it could be like like Michael Thomas and Johnson. I don't know, but that's important context. That they both went to the same college at the same time, so they could just be homies.
Yeah, that's true. That's true too. I hope it stays that way, but you never know with Chauncey Gardner-Johnson, man. That dude got he unfiltered. But bro, yeah, Mike, let me put this in here, bro. Before I turn you loose, give me a score on the matchup. How do you think the game? Give me a score on the game, how it ends in your opinion.
Hold on. I'm writing in like a preview story, so I want to make sure those are consistent. I'm like, yo, Mike, you said one thing and wrote another. Let's see. Looks like I am taking the Saints 24-20. That's what I got right now. I think that covers, but Seahawks don't really care about covering. Vegas does, but yeah, I think the Saints are given 4.5. So, which is crazy on a road game.
Yeah,
that's
boy. They're not showing no love to Seattle on that line, man.
No, I think these quarterbacks getting hurt is showing how much Vegas values them when they make these lines. I think the Browns were given 6 and ended up like only given like 2 once Baker's shoulder injury came out. Like that, like Seahawks were gonna give 2, I think, before Russ got hurt, and then they ended up like getting 5 against the Steelers. That's a whole touchdown. One dude is worth a touchdown. So yeah, I think when I did a bunch of research on the game last night, which is kind of how I had all these numbers fresh in my brain. I think I'll roll with the Saints, mostly because I think in this game, the coach who puts his players in best position to succeed offensively most efficiently is probably going to win. And the quarterback that protects the ball the best, it gives his team the best chance, which is true every week for the most part. But I think that the Seahawks have been so bad at forcing turnovers that I don't even know if they're capable of doing it at a high rate against someone like Jameis, who's so turnover prone. You know, he came here in 2019, didn't throw no picks. He tried real hard. He threw one right to a defender's face, and it ended up being a touchdown, which is wild. So I think it's going to be close. It might even be closer than what I'm predicting, but I think the Saints got this one.
All right, Mike, man. Of course, I kind of looking at the Seattle game, and I'm really kind of looking at the defense, and I'm saying, wow, the defense, man. You thinking when you have guys like Diggs and Adams and Bobby Wagner, you know, that you would see a lot more. But the defense, man, even if you look at the numbers, bro, the defense, those numbers look so bad. 447 yards given up total, then 306.2 through the secondary, and allowing almost 141 yards on the ground. That is horrible. And I know stats don't tell the story all the time, but good God, that's bad. You know, and I was like, okay, they can, I mean, that could change, but I'm just seeing like the Saints, Teron Armstead, McCoy possibly coming back. The Saints offensive line is going to be reassembled again in full. And it's going to be Elvin Kamara running up against that team. Coach Payton gets his 3 tight end look back with Vanette joining us back. So, I mean, it's going to be intriguing to see, but I don't think it's a blowout. I do think, like you, that it'll be a close affair. So, you know, I was looking at it saying 27-24 is what I was looking for Saints. So, I mean, it's basically we right around in the same ballpark there. Okay, Mike. But, Mike, before I let you go, bro, please tell the family members on where they can follow you with your articles and your platform, my brother.
The easiest way is my Twitter at Mike Dugar, MikeDugar. Said right there at the bottom of the screen. My Twitter has always my Seahawks Man to Man podcast is pinned to the top. So that's always where the latest episode is. We have our YouTube channel. We're also available on Spotify, on The Athletic, on Apple Podcasts, pretty much everywhere you get a podcast, unless you're bootlegging them, you can listen to us. And then also, if you go to my Twitter bio, that link that's in there is my author page on The Athletics. They're like, oh, let me read some stuff. I want to listen to it. I want to read. All right, cool. All my stories are just right there. And then I'm always giving updates on my Twitter too. So my Twitter is like, it's like a pawn shop for all of my content, like one-stop shop. You just pull up right there, get everything you need.
There he is. That is Mr. Mike Dugar, man, dropping the science, man. You can hear this is a very smart brother. He owns his stuff, man, doing great work over there as well. And we at the Who Dat Nation, whether you're a Seahawk person or a New York person, man, if you're showing us love and you know your stuff, we will support you, man. That's just what we do and how we do it. But bro, listen, bro, I see your family they keep hitting me with the same question, Mike. They wanted me to ask you about the sea chickens. Where, you know, what they think about it. Says, where did the Big Q, the sea, Damon says the sea chickens question. You know, have you ever heard that the Seahawks referred to as the sea chickens, Mike?
Yeah, it's not often, just because I mean no one really has that much animus towards the fan base or towards the team enough like to say it to me. But I see it. The only person who did was my late uncle. He was a Raiders fan, big Raiders fan. And he would always he called me Mondo as my nickname. He was like, Mondo, why you write about the sea chickens so much? You know, why you cover the sea chickens? Because he was just diehard Raiders fan. That was. It's not really that popular up here. Think about it. Anybody just run up to me like, yo, what's up with your sea chickens? Like, because you don't know how I'm gonna respond. I'm not gonna do nothing to you, but you don't know. You know what I'm saying? You don't know how that's gonna go.
That's like you saying, what's up with the ain'ts or something like that.
Yeah, you know, like no, where's your paper bag at? You know, like nobody, no, you don't do them type of things, man.
I might be having a bad day there, Mike. You never know.
Right. Like I've traveled enough. I've interacted with enough fan bases on the road, fans that are way more like aggressive in their fandom. You know, NFC East fans, Philly fans in particular, man. You can't just be up there talking trash unless you're willing to do more than talk sometimes. And I'm not with that. I don't root for anybody enough to throw hands with nobody, but I think people are a little careful, at least around me, about how you talk, which is good. I respect everybody who respect me back. So, you know, that's good. I'm glad I give off that aura. I hope that never changes. I'm a respectful person, man. But I realized some of these fans, they can get crazy. They can get crazy out here.
Oh man, you're absolutely right, bro. We seeing hear it all here, bro. You know, we always getting all that, the ain'ts and the bag, the crap talking, all that. It's like, man, you might as well get a check from the team. The way that you taking all of this pain from them, you know, you might as well get a little check on the side there, Mike. I mean, something. I'm like, damn.
Now people mostly just ask me good things about the Seahawks. Hey Mike, what's up with Russ? What's up with this? Ain't nobody really talking to my uncle. Was the only person because he knew he could, right? My uncle, right? Like he can't just catch me in the airport, like, yo, what up? And I was like, hey man, you gotta chill out, man. My flight's at 7 and I'm not gonna miss it. You know, like you leave me alone. So I think people recognize. I also don't wear like Seahawks gear out, you know, because you know I cover the team. So like that helps too. People don't know. Like if I flew, like when I fly to Pittsburgh, nobody know I'm there for the Seattle game unless I tell my Lyft driver that. Or something like that, you know. So, and I ain't pissing him off. He driving, so,
right? Yeah.
So like that helps too. No one really knows what I'm in town for. That helps a lot. It keeps people just not talking to me about nothing I don't want to talk about.
That is, man. Well, Mike, listen, man, I appreciate you, bro, for joining us and talking some Saints Seahawks, man. Much love to you and your fam, and much love and success to you, my friend. And hopefully, if you get some time, Mike, I know you're busy. After the game, would you mind dropping in and giving your thoughts on the post game after the matchup is? Can you do that? Can you work that in your schedule? It won't have to be the day of. It could be a couple of days after.
Oh, okay. Yeah, about to say that the day after a night game is. I mean, the moments after a night game are very. My brain turns to mush. But yeah, just holler at me some time after. Yeah, not an immediate aftermath. I'll be scrambling, especially if they lose. Man, they're gonna be 2-5. So
right, yeah, you got a lot to talk about.
The sky falls. Somebody getting fired. They go to 2-5. So I'll be real busy. So yeah, hit me after.
I got you, bro. I'll reach out to you. All right, thank you, Mike. Appreciate you, bro. Much love to you, my friend. Thank you, bro. And can I who that to you?
Appreciate you having me, man.
Thank you. Peace, my brother. That's good. That's Mike Dugar, man. Good dude, man. Good dude. See, brother, really intelligent, smart brother. And I appreciate him, man. And he has a really fun show called Man to Man. He's a co-host on there, and he also writes for the Athletic Seattle. A terrific brother, man. I really enjoy talking to him. Good spirit, and just love that. And as you can see with the sea chickens question, he took that in stride, man. Good dude, man. Good dude, man. Good dude. All right. So, you know, and like I said, you know, Mike is a wealth of information, man. It was good to get his perspective on what he thinks about the team. Real good information there. And like you said, he covers the team, so he's there talking to the players, a little inside baseball for Mike as well. So we'll try to get Mike back here after the game to get his post thoughts on the game, maybe a couple of days after the fact, like we did with Fisk and Louis. We'll get Mike back up in this thing as well. So with that being said, fam, listen, I'm gonna open up the chat for an hour and a half or so and allow the family members to chime in on it, because we basically did our stream yesterday. We did our preview stream yesterday for an hour, and like I said, we was gonna come back for this hour and for this stream and talk about it. So I'm going to drop the link in the chat for the family members who want to chime in, and we'll be keeping this thing for about an hour and a half today, because I got a few things I got to do. I can't run with you all day. Although this is a busy day for me, man, to be quite honest with you. I got some running to do. Grocery store, barbershop, everything. LSU plays at 2:00, at 2:30. Pelicans tonight at 7. Boxing going down as well. It is a slam-packed, jam-packed night of action going on today. You know, of course, the sports coma going on right now. The Pelicans play the Minnesota Timberwolves tonight. Boxing as Shakur Stevenson is taking on Jamil Herring. That's a really good boxing match for. Is that unification? I want to say it's a unification bout. That's a really good one that'll be going on tonight as well. So slam pack, jam pack, plus LSU and Ole Miss. So that's going on today. So this is a very busy day. I got groceries. I'm cooking. I'm doing it all, baby. All right. So much love to the family. And once again, thanks, brother Mike, for chiming in. Mike, you're a good dude, man. Much love to you, my brother, and much success to you. And thank you. We're going to get you back on. All right. We're going to bring in a couple of family members to the stream. We got Trey Joseph. We got Rated R Mookie. And we got Brother Prime jumping in the stream. Welcome, family. How y'all doing today?
Good, man. What's down with it, man?
Good. Mookie, good to see you in the chat. Brother Trey, what's happening with it? And Brother Prime, who that to you as well. All right, so we're going to start, Mookie, you first, and then we got Brother Trey and then Brother Prime. So welcome to the stream. What's your thoughts on the Seattle and Saints matchup, my brother?
Hey, salute Who That Nation, man. You know what it is, man. Hey,
yes, sir.
Hey, I'm telling you, man, this is the game that we gotta put an exclamation mark on this game. We gotta dominate this game. We getting some players back, you know, and Keywan Alexander, Marcus Davenport, and some other players on the offensive end too as well. So we gotta come out there, man. This Seattle team is not on our level, man. We gotta attack this defense on the offensive end. We gotta attack this. We gotta attack the Seattle defense, because their defense is not really good, man. So we gotta put up some points on the offensive end as well. And then on the defense end, we got to dominate. We got to set the tone defensively. That's the season we had to come up with. We got to set the tone defensively. Once we set the tone defensively and show that we can put some points on the board, man, we'll easily win this game, man. I got the score, man. I feel like we'll win this game 28-12, man.
That's too big. Nah, that ain't gonna happen.
28-12. All right, Mookie. He got it running around, man. He got it running over the team. But you said once we establish dominance, then it falls that way. That's what you're saying, Mookie?
Yes, absolutely, man. Absolutely. And I feel as though that Sean Payton, you know, that's the one thing I liked the last game we played against the Washington Redskins. Sean Payton opened his playbook to Jameis Winston. And I've been wanting to see that. And I think that Sean Payton's going to continue to do that as well, but also establish that run game as well. Once the run game gets going, man, and that shit clicking on both ends, we're going to throw that bitch down deep. So I'm telling you, man, hey, we got this, man.
Hey, X, how he going to do that without his lovely boy, Taysom Hill? How he going to do that?
Who?
Sean Payton.
Man, look.
You know that's his lover boy, homie. You know he gonna take Hill for everything.
He's not going. I don't. Taysom it could come back.
I'm so happy that we're not gonna have access to Taysom Hill package, dude.
Yeah.
Trey, don't say that, because he could come back. I mean, it's been the concussion happened before the bye week, and that's plenty of time for him to clear the concussion protocol So don't be surprised, even though they had him DMP the last couple of games, that he's not activated, for this matchup. I'm saying no, but don't be surprised if he don't. But I'm saying I hope he does. He's not, because I want to see Coach Payton and Jameis Winston keep working on that thing. That's what
I think he would put that package down if Jameis shows we all know he's capable of. If Sean Payton put that real trust in him, he'll put that Taysom Hill package to the side and won't pick it back up.
Go get me that camera out to draw.
All right.
Huh?
Who's next up? Okay, Mookie, you wanted to respond to that? We're gonna give Brother Prime an opportunity to chime in right after that. You was dropping something you wanted to.
Hey, Slay, I'm glad that Taysom Hill ain't playing, because I'm tired of that little power run that we constantly keep on running with this nigga, man. Every time when Jameis Winston get clicked, and once Jameis Winston get clicking, man, they need to keep on going to that plate, man. They need to push that ball downfield, even when the running game gets going, man. So, I'm glad that Taysom Hill is not playing. Hopefully, he's not playing this year. I hope he's not playing this game to see how Sean Payton and Jameis Winston work out, man. But I'm ready for this, man. I'm ready for this, man. Real talk. Go ahead.
Yeah. All right.
Me too, bro. I want to see what it's going to hit for. I'm telling you, I think this is going to be the best version of Jameis Winston. Even though he looked fantastic in that last game, I think this is going to be the best version, because he's not going to be clouded by, Taysom Hill might come in at any moment.
Yep.
I think he's just going to be focused and ready to go. And I want to address one other thing. I'm tired of the Michael Thomas slander in the Great Stand Think Tank. I know that he hasn't done anything for us lately, but we need to put some respect on this man's name. Michael Thomas is our number one receiver, and he proved that throughout the last 3 years. I know he's been hurt, but we need to stop on the Michael Thomas slander. When he gets back, he's going to show us why we pay him $100 million.
Who talking mess about Michael Thomas?
It's just I'll be in the chat queue and they be slandering this man. I'll be trying to defend him. We need to trade him, that he ain't got it no more. He always be hurt. It's just slander, man.
But when that little dude gonna play though? When he gonna play? I thought he was supposed to be available after the bye week, and Saints fans getting frustrated. So I understand what they talk about. They frustrated because they need the presence out there for Michael Thomas. You know what I'm saying? He could have got the surgery. Could have got the surgery back in January, February. But he waited too long in June to
that's
get the
him.
surgery.
He made a human mistake, and that's his
made
fault.
a mistake. So you gotta understand what they're coming from. You hear me? We're not saying they should trade Michael Thomas, but we're saying when he's gonna come back.
I was seeing them trade for OJB comments a lot. I don't want OJB. He can stay where he is at. He is not the old.
Yeah. I
don't want that. We good.
Well, like I said, and this was let me show this article of some of the family members about Michael Thomas, that a lot of people thinking Michael Thomas will be available soon. And I was like, saying, no. Word on the street that Mike Thomas ain't close to coming back. I mean, and reason why is because the Saints are going to play this stuff very conservatively. I remember this injury extends all the way to last year. It wasn't just okay, he had one injury that came. This happened. This was something last year that led into this year. So they're going to take their time to make sure this gets right. They're not going to throw him in there unless they are really, really sure that he's a total 100% healthy. And like I said, that might not be for several games and down the line. I said that. And here I go. Let me just give you some virtual or on screen receipts to kind of validate what I'm saying about Mike Thomas. This is via ESPN right here, and you can see Mike on screen right here. As you can see, as the status here listed, Mike Thomas, and this was 5 days ago, is still multiple weeks away. Multiple weeks away from a return,
tough.
And that's from Ian Rappaport.
That's what I'm saying, bro.
So I was like, listen, I said 3 to 4 weeks. And bro, I comment, matter of fact, to Brother Gundam, who that to you? Brother Gundam asked me about it. He said, Q, I don't know about that. That's a long time. I'm telling you, bro, that them people are not going to put him in there until he's 100% ready. That is the God's honest truth. Like I said, Mike Thomas means a lot to the Saints offense, and I would do the same damn thing. I'm not forced to put Michael Thomas in there right now. We got too many other weapons around here that we can move this offense with. And when Mike is 100% ready, we'll put him in there. But I'm not with it, not without. That's the same thing like what's happening with Zion Williamson, the little treatment he getting. They're not going to put him in there until they're 100% sure that he's good to go. Because if you put him there early and he aggravates something, guess what? You're going to lose him even longer.
Again.
So let's do it right this time, because he screwed around and got it late, the surgery late into this year, and he didn't tell us what happened. He didn't give us the second half of his story. He just said, I'm getting demonized here. And he had a story to tell, but he didn't tell it. And then him and Coach Payton made up, and then you never heard his side of the story. So, I mean, I don't know what it is and don't care at this point. But what I do care about is that we don't put Michael Thomas out there until he's ready to go. And if that take 4 weeks, you goddamn right. If it take 3 to 4 weeks before Thomas see the field, you're damn right. Because if he gets hurt, you're going to lose him for a lot longer than that. So I don't know what the rush is to get Michael Thomas out there on the field if he's not good to go. Remember, he was supposed to be healthy, and then he comes back, his knee chewed up. He didn't get the surgery. You think the Saints gonna put him in there before he's due? If it take 3 to 4 weeks, so be it, bro. That ain't nothing terrible. The Saints could make a way without Michael Thomas. They could do it until Michael Thomas get back. And the foresight should be Michael Thomas is going to be 100% healthy for the deep playoff run.
Hey.
So if it's 3 to 4 weeks, to hell with it. I'd rather take that than he comes back, aggravate the fucking thing, and then he's sitting up here going for another month or two. What sense that make? So let's do it the right way. That's all I'm saying here. And the information is backing it up. Go look it up for yourself. That's the word on the street. I'm sorry to tell you.
Hey, Q, when he had his little surgery in like June, how long was the little recovery time? How long was the recovery time when
that's also muddled, Mookie, because you can't. It was like, okay, he was healthy, and then he had the doctor saying that he was good to go. Then when he got there, remember, he was running on it. He came there and he was actually practicing and running on it. Remember, the footage is showing Michael Thomas out there moving around and running on it. And that was before they said, hold on here, something wrong here. And then he had to go get the surgery. So I don't know how much. And remember, it's not like it's a fresh injury. This is something that lingered.
Yeah.
So you have to, if he was hurt from last year, and it's the same thing he's dealing with into this year, and then he re-aggravated said injury, then the timeline is going to extend it. It's going to be extended. It's just what it is. You don't put him on the field. If it take a month, it take a month. What's the problem here? Are we desperate? We're like, we need him out there. You don't need him right now. You know that. The Saints start running that ball, you be fine. And they go into play action, and we got talent on the practice squad. If we need to put people in or they're moving around, whatever we do, we got talent and versatility. If we need to wait 3 weeks to a month to get Michael Thomas 100% healthy, that's what you should do. Because if you put him in that too early, you're going to be looking crazy as hell because he aggravated. Then they're going to say, oh, Michael Thomas is injury prone. We need to trade him. What? You didn't give him enough time to see what I'm saying. See, people, man, it's hard to sit here and talk about this shit sometimes because I'm coming from a sense of safety for Mike first. The hell with him getting on the field if he ain't 100%. That's what I'm trying to say. I want Michael Thomas to be 100% safe before he gets out there. That's all I'm saying. That way you get the very best of him. You
I remember helping Michael Thomas.
That's all I'm saying.
Brother people. I remember all that.
But Brother Prime, this is the thing. People want Mike out there. I understand that. But you don't get right Mike until you're 100% right, fam. Come on. You can't throw that man out there and he ain't good to go. If it take extra time and the time frame was 3 weeks, if it takes 3 weeks to a month, then that's what we'll have to take. We got plenty of game. We are a talented team, and we can win games without Michael Thomas. We've been winning games without Michael Thomas. Hell, last year we won a bunch of games without Michael Thomas. This year we've won games without Michael Thomas. If we have to win games with Mike until he comes back, then that's what it is. But trading Michael Thomas and putting him in there before he's ready, man, cut that out, man. We can't do that, man. We got to give a damn about the player, man, somewhere around there, bro. And his health is 100%. Don't put the man out there till he good to go, bro. Come on, man. Start that. Cut that out. Give him his time, man. Give him his time. All right. So anyway, let's keep it going here. Yeah, go ahead, Brother Prime. You got it.
I agree with you, BQ. I really do, because you don't want to rush him and then something else happens and he can't play for a couple of more weeks, and you really need him for the playoffs for the most part, because we will make it there. And before I say that, I just wanted to say I really appreciate seeing yourself and the other brother networking each other. I love it. It's good to see, young brothers networking in a positive, non-negative, stereotypical way about bullshit.
Well, I appreciate the brother.
Yeah, that was a fire interview. That was fire.
But I'm gonna tell you right now, I see Michael Thomas coming back week 10, Tennessee.
Ah.
Because we play Seattle, then after we play Seattle, we play Tampa, and I still think we could beat Tampa without I'm trying not to call him a slant man, without Michael Thomas. Then after that, we play Atlanta. Really, Atlanta? Because then we play Tennessee. Then after Tennessee, we play the Bills, and we definitely gonna need him for the Bills. And then after that, I think we play the Cowgirls.
Them Tennessee and the Bills games gonna be tough. That's gonna be some tough games.
Yeah, that is going to be tough. Cowboys are playing really good right now, and the fact of the matter is, so are the Bills. I mean, and will they be that way when we get to them? Because that's kind of far out there. So, we'll see. But no doubt about it, we get stronger as the season goes on. Brother Gundam says, question: so an ankle sprain takes that long to recover? Well, let me give you a little of this, my brother. Let me give you, because you're asking a good question here.
I'm not other things.
Well, I mean, it could be, bro, but I'm based on what they're giving us. But Brother Prime wants to know, so I'm going to give him the information I got. This is the recovery time here. This is from Healthline.com. It's showing you. I got it highlighted, bro. Healing from a high ankle sprain that could take anywhere from 6 weeks to 3 months. Now, can we then? It said in our minds, and you can see right here, healing from a high ankle sprain could take anywhere from 6 weeks to 3 months, sometimes even more. Healing times depend on how badly you've injured the soft tissue, if there was any bone damage. Now, we don't know the particulars of it, but what I'm saying is, remember, it's a high ankle sprain, but if it's a high ankle sprain, and then how about a re-aggravated high ankle sprain? So the timeline is then extended, is what I'm saying. And this is not just from me per se, but I'm looking at medical information. I also list the word on the street about Mike Thomas, and I've also given you the insider Ian Rappaport's account that said it's multiple weeks away. So, I mean, what you want me to tell you, my brother? I mean, it is what it is. I know we want to see Mike out there, but the reality is, regardless of not, if I show you the information online or not, bro, we still have to abide by Mike's health. He can't go on the field until he's 100% healthy, my brother. That's all I'm saying. And that's we. Now, can we win games without Michael Thomas? Yes, sir, we can. Do I want Michael Thomas out there? Yes, sir, I do want him out there. But at the same time, he had the great Saint tank. That's why I show what I do. I'll just throw some stuff together, family. I'll show you some stuff here. I'll throw you some stuff here. And, we kind of rationalize that thing. But yeah, I'm with you. I want Mike Thomas back. But listen, when he's 100% right in his health, that's when I want Mike back. Because any other way, it won't, because people gonna be saying trade him and get him on up out of here. He can't do this, that, and the third. I done heard it all, bro. I'm just keeping it real with you, my brother. Like I always do. He says, guarantee the Cowboys coach will choke on the schemes later in the year. But yeah, I hope that answers the question that the family members are asking me about Mike's health. Hold on, I got I'm sorry, I miss Hoodie. Thank you, Hoodie, bro. He gave us a super chat. Thank you, bro. Who that to you, bro? Appreciate you as well. And he got another one there. I'm sorry I missed it. I was kind of looking up some stuff. He says, thoughts on everyone returning from IR. Most players who was activated from IR has practiced and are not on injury report. Maybe means they will play. That's his possibility. Hoodie, my friend. Thank you for the super chat. We covered you. Yeah, yes, sir, Brother Prime.
Now, I think it'll be a good time for them to develop our tight end situation. Because remember, the tight ends could open up the middle of the field. Especially since we're getting Vernett back, 6'6", 6'7". Yeah. Man, that is a tall target. Right. That makes it hard for people to catch, because I'm looking at this game, and we're gonna win this game, and I say probably 30-24 or something like that, 30-20. Right. But it's time to start developing our tight ends and also see what we got in the back of Russia, because we don't want to overuse Kamara too much, because we need him to.
Christian McCaffrey syndrome. We don't need that here. Heck to the no.
So we just got to develop these other people, these other receivers we have. Continue to develop them, and that's the way. That's the way I see it. This makes a big difference, having that extra regular season game.
Brother Prime, well said, my friend, and I agree with you, bro. I agree. But Mike, that's it's blessings and curses and everything that we do. You know what I'm saying? And the curse of or the bad side of Mike Thomas's injury gave you Callaway. It gave you LaJordan Humphrey. It gave you Jawan Johnson. These guys helped stepped in and fill the vacuum that was left when Mike Thomas' injury went down, because it would take more than one guy to replace Mike Thomas's production. And they've done a pretty good job of doing that. When you see Callaway, who was down in that depth chart, step up there and take that number one role and make an impact role. I mean, look, this is phenomenal in my watching it happen. And then sometimes you see it and you have to say to yourself, damn, you know what? Callaway, man, he was an undrafted wide receiver, come on the team as a kick returner. And then next thing you know, this guy is our number one guy right here, Deontay Harris, you know, and then you turn all this kind of stuff. And then the Saints get Kenny Stills back here. So when it all comes together and you have Michael, when he's finally healthy, and Kenny Stills, man, the Saints through the injury situation was able to improve the team. And when he comes back, you still gonna have a lot of those components even better because they had an opportunity to be able to soak all that game up. So I mean, like I said, that's the bad and the plus, the positive and the negative side of this here thing. But you know, like I said, if they need to give Mike, and like I said, bro, I said 3 to 4 weeks, and I said that because I was saying, damn, I was looking at the fact that he re-injured that injury, and that when you usually do that, they extend out the time for you to be able to heal. They give you extra time on top of that. So, and it also depends on how fast a healer he is and if they feel confident moving him into that role. So that's why I was saying it's 3 to 4 weeks, which extended almost a month, which would put us right where you said, Brother Prom, which is the Titans matchup. I think it is, yeah, about a month away. But it's the answer Hoodie's super chat. Once again, thank you for that. He says, yeah, most of them, the Teron Armstead, McCoy, still not clear. Taysom, even though he, you know, like I said, it's been more than enough time for him with the concussion protocol, for him to be activated for the Monday night matchup. That's a possibility as well. And there are other players, the Quan Alexanders, the Davenports. So there are quite a few players, Nick Vanette. So we'll see what Finagle and the Saints have to do from a depth chart perspective to make some of this work out, because McCoy never was IR'd. I want to say he was never put on. No, he was still on the active roster, so ain't no need to do anything with that. And then Will Lutz and all this kind. I don't think Will plays in this game either. I think he'll be 2 to 3 weeks out as well. But Brother Prom, go ahead. Thank you for these.
I think that McCoy and the other offensive linemen that we have, they should not play into the Tampa Bay game, because that's when we're really going to need our offensive line intact. Because if I'm not mistaken, Seattle's defense is ranked like 32nd. So they're not a big worry. And has anybody seen Rudy lately?
Yeah, he been in the chat. Rudy
no, I haven't. Yeah, I've seen Rudy a couple of shows back there, Brother Prom.
Oh, because somebody made a comment about he's a questionable who that because he has somebody else's stick on his dresser.
But I think Eric McCoy gonna be that dude.
What sticker that, Brother Prime? What sticker he got on his dresser? What other team?
Oh, I think it was
It's the Giants and the Red and the
What's up, Scott?
And somebody else. He got the Giants, the Saints, and somebody else. Maybe the Patriots. I can't remember. I know it's the Giants for sure, and the Saints because he said he was in the Giants chat.
The Giants.
Yeah, he said David said he was in the Giants chat. I was like, oh man.
Was he talking mess to the Giants people in the chat?
No, he was supporting them.
Well, I mean that's what it is, bro. He likes the Saints and the Giants. You know, I don't know how that works, but some people you can do that. You know, I guess. I mean, I wouldn't do it.
I can't.
I'm black and gold. I'm black and gold to all in my soul. So ain't no way in the world I'll be looking at the Giants. Dog. Right. To the bone gristle tray, you know what I'm saying? I mean, it is what it is, bro. So I don't know. I mean, but we still love Rudy here, you know what I'm saying? I know he taking some shots on the chin for doing that, but at the end of the day, man, it is what it is, bro. You know?
Yeah. I'm black and gold and blue and gold. And blue and gold, that's the Southern Jaguars.
There you go. See, that don't conflict though. That don't conflict at all. Ain't no conflict in that, Brother Prime. No point. Big ups to the rest of the family. I appreciate each and every last one of y'all. I love y'all, and I appreciate y'all being in the stream.
I wanted to talk about that Q. The the DK Metcalf, Lattimore situation. I believe that we need to double lock it, and Lattimore needs to be on DK. If you look at Lattimore's history against receivers who are tall and lengthy, he completely shuts them down. For whatever reason, Julio, Mike Evans, those lengthy receivers that have that jump ball ability, they do not catch that on Michael-Shawn Lattimore. He eliminates the big plays, which we had a horrendous time against last year. We've eliminated those somewhat. We still need to get a couple more games in to see if we still have that Achilles heel of the deep play, of the big play. But I believe that I want them to throw to Debo. Debo's that dude. He just needs to get more game experience because he set out that year in college. Yeah, absolutely. Put Marcus Williams shadowing Debo on the backside. Give him some help and let Larry Daddy eliminate DK, and they will not be able to do anything. Like old boy said, like Mike said, we cannot run the ball on the Saints. We're gonna have to find some way other than.
Yeah, he was very honest about that, man. I was like, wow, man, he was super
And
honest about that.
Adebo is a rarity, bro. Adebo is what, 6'1"? The average cornerback is what, 5'10", 5'11"?
5'11", something like that. Yeah.
So he's a rarity, and like I said, it's gonna be an interesting game, and I just think that coach needed to keep Taysom out the game, because I think with Taysom out the game, that's gonna make him a better coach, because then he's gonna have to start really relying on Jameis. Because I know a lot of people out there, and I've been saying this the whole season now, Jameis is the future. Get that in your thick skull, some people.
I hope so.
Get that in your thick skulls. Taysom Hill is an H-back that could throw punts. So get that in your thick skulls. He could throw punts. When you ask him to throw anything on a zip line more than 20 yards, he cannot do it. He cannot do it. So my prediction, looking forward, because like I said the last time I was on, like I said that I could see Jameis being with us the next 5 years, and I could see us going back to 2 Super Bowls. Because now, let me ask you this, Big Q. Which one do you think is more important and more impressive? Having all the stats in the world or having Super Bowl rings?
I would say I want Super Bowls.
I want Super Bowls.
Super
man.
Bowls.
I want that
the hell
trophy.
with the stats.
Give me that.
The hell. I listen, Brother Prime. You know how I feel. I told him I would give every last one of them NFC South champions or titles over the last 4 years. I'd trade all 4 of them for 1 Super Bowl ring. I would. I've said that countless of times, because really, we are a team that's not playing for just those titles. That's one way. That's a half of that whole. It's like you get the NFC South championship, but then or the title or whatever it is, and then the banner, and then you complete the second half of it by winning the Super Bowl. Then you put them both together, and that makes the whole. But having one and not the other doesn't mean anything to me. Like if we made the wild card round and we got in there and we didn't win the NFC South and we win the Super Bowl, I would still, it doesn't make a lick a bit of difference to me. But I would trade all those NFC South crowns to get 1 Super Bowl ring. That's my thought.
Well, I'm gonna tell you right now, I would not be surprised. I would not be surprised if within the next 5 or 6 years, with Jameis being at the helm, we get 2 Super Bowl rings. I just have that feeling if everything falls into place, because
Coach Payton gotta trust him, Mage. He gotta put that trust in him. He's not doing that right now.
You gotta worry about your injuries too. And also, Big Q, I wanted to tell you, I saw your tape of the show last night, and you was talking about this money situation.
Yes, sir.
With the Superdome and what they want y'all to pay as taxpayers, because I don't live in New Orleans anymore. I moved to Houston back in 2000.
Okay.
And when people say, well, y'all shouldn't complain about, y'all have every right to complain. You're paying state taxes. Your money is going to pay for those projects at the Superdome. Yep. And you know there's a plethora of roads in New Orleans that need to be fixed, and especially around the state. You know that's
true. Yeah, I agree with you, Brother Prom.
So when people talk about, well, you shouldn't complain about the pay. Oh, yeah, yes, you do. You need to complain about it, because y'all need to start acting like stockholders, because y'all are stockholders. Because that's a lot of money. Do you know how many roads you can fix for $92 million?
All of them.
That's a great analogy.
Yeah, that's what we talk about now. I mean,
CT, who
I
that?
don't put any of that
Who
on
that?
the side. You know, I don't put any of that. Big ups to your CT, and we got brother Tyrese joining the stream. Big ups to you, brothers.
And
We'll give y'all
last
the
Saint,
floor in
who
just
that?
a second. Or Tyrese just dropped out. So big ups to the fam. Thank y'all for joining for this special Saturday stream. And on Brother Prime's comment, you know, I always introduce that and I always talk about that. Y'all know I do. You know, we talk about that all the time because the money precedes the football. And I try to get the family members to say, listen, if this don't get done, there's no football.
Yeah.
And the money is a big part of it. And the reason why it's so screwed up is like, I'm trying to say, fam, y'all realize that each and every last one of the people in the region and the state should be getting money from the New Orleans Saints organization. Do you not understand that?
Yep.
Yeah.
They pulling in billions of dollars. The owner's the richest person in the state. She worth over $5 billion, and that's what she willing to report.
Dang.
I'm pretty sure she worth more than that.
I didn't know Miss Benson had a bag like that.
She way more. She owner of two professional teams that don't pay any taxes. They don't pay any tax. That's why Tom Benson shut the deal down when his daughter was suing them to open up the books for the deal of the state so they can get the correct funding. They said, nope, and then paid them all. Why?
Yep.
Because they don't want you to see the deal between the state and the city and none of that. They don't want to see the money.
Yeah,
They
you need to cover that. You need to cover saving taxes, man.
The monies that we purport towards these things have no business being purported towards almost trivial, minuscule things in a way. And where I'm from, we need a new bridge. Basic period. The I-10 bridge. We had a president that came out here and he said that he was gonna give us a new bridge if they voted for him. And look, he ain't get voted for him, and you know, this I-10 bridge about to collapse. So I mean, it's like they hold the state hostage, they hold the fans hostage, they make us guilt trip about the revenue and the Superdome and the football and how it's such a prized possession for us. But at the same time, it's like they pulling the wool over our eyes and not making us realize that all that money is being funneled towards things that is really not relevant to us at the time. You know, and they keep the monies away from us. They keep the monies away from the public because they know what they're doing and they keep doing it. And it makes no sense, you know. And, you know, it's like, yeah, I love my Saints. Of course. Of course I love my Saints and I love the Superdome. I want the Superdome to be renovated. But if it take that over simple things like people still trying to get their insurance claims right from Hurricane Laura, you know, from hurricanes past, that businesses that's gone because they have no money, and you know you want to renovate a Superdome. Look, I understand that. I get what they saying, but they hold us hostage to that a little bit. They don't let us see the real details and the ins and outs of the particulars of what's going on with that money. And we need to know that people need money. People need help. People need help. I mean, the state of Louisiana, in as the condition as it is, it shouldn't even be about that right now. We have smart people in this state. We just have very greedy people in this state. We're not a state full of simpletons, right?
Yeah,
right. They manipulate every way they can, and they only do the charitable things when it's symbiotic. And when it has a benefit towards them, and then they come in the public's eyes and make it look like they're so altruistic and so benevolent. But people don't realize that that's just another revenue stream for them. And that's just another cake for them that they baking. And it has nothing to do with them wanting to help people, because if they did, I promise you people would not still be struggling. I promise you I just wouldn't have moved back in my house two months ago from Hurricane Laura. I promise you the Sausage Link, the restaurant out here, still wouldn't, you know, have a roof right now. Things like that. The stop sign still down. The street, the traffic light still down. How can you... I live in Sulphur, man. I live in Sulphur, Louisiana. It's right there by Lake Charles. It's like 15 minutes away from Lake Charles, west of Lake Charles. And it you know, it's not a woe is me, but it's definitely a point of significance, because we don't realize what's going on in this state, and it's a lot of things that we need help with, and they hold that hostage. Where you want your Saints, huh? You know, it's so crazy. And You know, I
It's
really
ass
don't even know.
backwards, like my grandfather used to say. Ass
They
backwards.
very ass backwards. They very ass backwards, and they not as benevolent as they act. Period.
Nah,
Well,
you're right,
see-
CT. No doubt about it. Oh, just a second, brother. Prime, I'm gonna turn. Let me give a few shots out to the family members that's in the chat here. Big ups to the family members. Y'all enjoying the stream. What's up, KK baby? I see you. Tasha. Tasha. All right, she says I support. Tasha said I support 2 teams. Y'all ain't gonna put me out there.
Yo,
And that
ask
includes
Tasha what team
you.
she support on the side. What's the side team?
Cowboys.
Her
That's squad.
Cowboys.
Oh,
now,
hell no.
now hold on.
What team
That's
she
a side.
gonna-
That's a side piece.
Is Sean in here? Is Big Sean up in here? Because that's Tasha's husband. If Sean in here,
Yeah.
Sean know it was a deal that was struck. He told me between him and Tasha that when the Saints beat, not if, but when the Saints beat the Dallas Cowboys, that Tasha would forego her Dallas Cowboys and come a full-blooded Saints black and black. Now you hear me? They got big blue chips going on.
No, we
That's
gotta
what
get
I'm
this.
talking about.
We gotta get her contractually obligated.
Yes.
Not just
Yeah.
this conjecture.
That's right.
Not
That's
just
right.
this talking.
Tell her to make a video burning a jersey, man.
Tasha, look,
Hey,
Tasha.
Sean,
Look.
you heard what CT said, bro? Get her,
Look.
hey, bro, make her sign an agreement saying that what she gonna do, because that could be a campaign promise. Don't
I
you let her
promise
do
you.
it to you, bro.
You better get it
I
notarized.
promise you. And
Get it
your
notarized.
Witness and
Look.
notarized.
Look, and we gonna be here to mitigate. If you need some help, we gonna be here to mitigate the ins and outs. But some things gonna change, Tasha, because you can't be doing that. You can't be no cowboy saint. I ain't never heard of no cowboy saint. I don't know what silver and gold look like mixed together like
You
that.
know what,
But
brother Crusher?
I love you to death.
Tasha fell in love with the Saints. I think that's what it is, because the familyhood of us,
Hey,
she fell in love with us, man, and we love her too.
bruh.
But
cousin
Sean
Caleb.
got you on that. She got you, Tasha.
If
Yeah.
Tasha knew,
got
if
you.
Tasha
Pull
knew,
one over
if
here.
Tasha knew the
Pull the
history
wool over
behind the
your
word
neck.
cowboy,
Hey.
she wouldn't be a cowboy fan. She knew the history behind the word cowboy. It
Hey.
was a racial slur towards former slaves. Cowboy.
Man, we done
Prom
got
took
woke.
it back on them right quick.
Took it back, son.
Tom
Hey.
took it back on them right quick. Damn,
Hey,
Prom.
I love you to death. My cousin Caleb the same way. Diehard Cowboy. You know, he like LeBron James because he a Laker, he a Cowboy. They win a
God.
game. They,
Like
you
my
know,
brother.
wink at the fans. They about to win it all. You know, type of cocky ostentatious bullshit that they be on as them teams go. You know, but especially when they playing good. These motherfuckers is on cloud 9, and I can't knock them.
Nah,
You
they
know,
playing
I
real
can't
good
knock
right now. Yeah.
But my cousin Caleb love the Superdome.
I love it.
It's no, he
Crush,
say
I
he
love
say
him
it's
playing
no.
that good, because when we play him, we're gonna knock him off that pedestal. I just wanted to let him
I
know
love
that.
it.
So
I
keep playing
absolutely
good, so
love
don't be no reason why.
Well, we gonna
Why not?
knock off Tampa Bay. Tampa
Yep.
Bay don't have any good. Everybody talk about their front four. Their
Hey.
secondary suck.
Yeah, they secondary been sucked. They
Picked
secondary
up
been
Richard
sucked
Sherman.
for 2 years.
Exactly.
You know,
Don't y'all think Jameis want that game real bad? That first
I
one.
want
yeah.
to see it.
Oh,
yes,
yeah.
sir.
Oh yeah, you're right, brother. Prom.
yeah.
If coach stay out the way, it's gonna be
And
ugly
it'll
for
be
Tampa
good to
Bay.
finally have because for years we would have some former Saints players come back and play against us and would embarrass us. It would be good to finally, after 40, 50 years, to have somebody
tables
else's
on.
player make their old team pissed
Look
and
bad.
look bad.
Oh yeah. Could
Mhm.
you imagine that Jameis
Definitely.
Winston beating Tom Brady, beating
Hey.
the mighty Tom Brady? Could
Oh
you
my
imagine
God.
that?
And we
The
still wouldn't
hated-
get no
the
The
respect.
hated and talked about Jameis Winston beats the beloved Tom Brady.
Tom Brady.
Could you imagine that, bro?
Can't imagine it.
And
Going
you
down.
see they talk all that noise about Tom Brady and all these yards he passed for. He's only throwing like the ball 15 or 20 yards, and the receivers are running the rest of the yardage. Come on, people.
Yeah, I mean they
Don't
they-
matter,
they-
brother
they-
Prime. It's
Yeah.
Tom Brady.
Yeah, it's time. Hey, it's time. I'm not. Look, you'll never hear me knock Tom Brady. I don't care about the conspiracies. I don't care about the cockiness. I really don't. You got to give respect where it's due. Tom Brady, at the age that he is, still got zip on the ball. He still got pocket awareness, that internal
He's a
clock.
cheetah.
He's a football player. You know, he's a quarterback. He's a quarterback's quarterback, and he's so competitive. You know, that make you want to beat him, that make you want to topple him, because when you do that, you know that you defeated somebody that really wanted to eat you alive. because he
What?
definitely does every time he steps on the field. I respect that. I definitely respect
He
that.
definitely competes. I got to give him that, bro.
Yeah, he do, man. He do. You know,
With
they've been
anything.
spreading the ball around. That's all they really got. And you know, I ain't the one to gossip. You ain't hear from me, but I heard Ronald Jones might be on the trading block, you know, because of what's going on with Leonard Fournette and everything. But they, you know, their offensive line is sus. You know, they screeching by, man. They screeching by. The Patriots should have beat them. They was a couple plays away to, you know, from beating them. You know, the Rams really manipulated and dominated them. You know, that was the first time you've seen that aggression from Tom Brady this year. You know, that pissed off. You know, that it just certain teams that certain players really, where they DNA, they get so mad and frustrated, and that you definitely seen that in the Rams game. I mean, the Cowboys should have beat them. They screeching by, man. The parity in the league this year is insane. I don't care what nobody say. You know, I've seen some games this season, bro, that I never would have thought, and I'm not a betting man, so I'd never bet. But I never would have thought I would have seen some things that happened. You know, we beat a Packers team that's 5-1 right now. You know, the Raiders beat a Ravens team that's red hot right now. You know, the Vikings beating the Panthers losing 3 games in a row to teams they should have beat. I mean, you name it. You just kind of go down the list of the parity that you see in the league. And it's not about national media. It's not about the star players. It's not about the X factors. It's really about going out there, X and O's, and executing and being on top. You know, and especially having another team to get into the dance this year. It's just all about getting there. You know, I think we've had enough joy and fulfillment of having these regular season dominant wins, and you know, that regular season high and euphoria we feel from victories, and you know, going to work on Monday and feeling good, and you know, we good, it's good. But when it came down to the off season, to playoffs, and you know, Christmas time and holidays, we kind of limping. You know, we out of gas, and we trying to figure it out. We trying to figure which way to go out. You know, and maybe this is the time for the role reversal for my Saints to do what I've seen the Eagles do, what the Bucks did last year, what New York Giants have done. These teams that just get in there and make plays right when they need to make them plays. Right when they need to make them plays, you know, them pivotal moments, like when Antoine Winfield he picked Drew off. That was so random, but he did that. He made a play exactly when he needed to. Jared Cook ugly ass when he fumbled, they made him fumble. Look, it wasn't about them playing so good. It was just about them being there for every moment. So so any given moment, they could take care of the game. And especially this year, like I said, you know, alluded to earlier about the extra team getting in. It's just parity everywhere. You know, I heard Louis Riddick, out of all people, you know, tell national media and tell the world, you know, look out for them Saints. Don't be surprised if you don't see them Saints number 1, 2, 3 seed, because they getting healthy at the right time, and they gonna go into this whole thing, you know, ready to do their dance. You know, not just doing the little 2-step. Now they gonna be out there Zydecoing this playoffs. You feel me? They gonna be out there they gonna be out there ready. You know, not just living off regular season wins and you know, mystique of a Superdome and getting a seed and blah blah this and that. No. I think our identity is just changing, man. You know, you just kind of go as a person. You grow, you age, you continue to have intelligence. You edify yourself. You adapt, and this is our turn as an organization to do that. You know, you have physiological changes, you have mental changes, psychological changes, and then them transformities sometimes is the best things for you. And I think that's what we're going through now. You know, like the other day I said, it's not your mom and pop Saints. It's not, because we're not prolific. We're not intimidating. What we are is resourceful. What we are is cagey. What we are is going to punch you in the mouth because you're thinking we're not. What we are is going to go on the road and whip some ass like we've been doing for the last 2 or 3 seasons when people say, oh, we're a dome team. All that shit is debunked. That shit is debunked. We're a defensive team. We're a tough team. We're a rugged team. We're going to make the stops when we need to. And at 35% in the red zone, they might as well call it the dead zone. They might as well call it the dread zone, the way we play defense down there. Because we're not giving up a lot. It's almost like that date that say, yeah, I court you, I go to the movies with you, I go to the park with you, but you ain't getting no third base. You feel me? You ain't getting home. You know what I'm saying? Because we flirt with them. We flirt. Yeah, you do what you gotta do. Get down there. Look, time of possession and moving the ball. Okay, cool. You still gonna get 3 points if you get anything. And that's what we've been doing this year. And that makes the world of difference because it distorts the stats. It makes the stats look like something that is not. You know, time of possession is good, but what are you doing with the ball with the time of possession? You know, I think Washington had like 10 minutes more than us. You know, I think Washington ran 43 plays that got to our side of the field, and we only ran 15 plays that got to their side of the field, and we still won that game by double digits. So look, stats can say one thing, win stats, win losses, all that. You can juxtapose it and compare it all you want. We just need to make the plays when we need to make the plays, and we've been doing it so far. And that's all you can count on. That's all you could ask for. You feel me? That's all you can ask for. You know, I keep hearing all these people talking about Jameis and he due for interceptions and he due for the game where he making bad decisions and blase. Okay.
Drew did it.
Yeah, in the playoffs.
What I'm saying is you can keep saying that, you can keep running that narrative about Jameis throwing a pick, but is he doing it?
Only 3 of them on the year versus 12 interceptions. I mean, 12 touchdowns versus 3 interceptions. So no, he ain't throwing no interceptions.
He ain't throwing them. So, you know, our identity is changing, man, and I'm here for it. I'm totally here for it. You know, we finding ways to win, bro. We not trying to dominate nothing. We not trying to be on this and that and flashy and, you know, have all these ratings and we just trying to find ways to win, and we've been doing that so far, and that's all we could ask for. That's simply all we could ask for. You know, getting down there, Jawan Johnson getting that big target, getting in that red zone. I think we 12 or 13 right now in the red zone. So the red zone is where it matters, and that's what we've been really executing and focusing. Right. And you can't. What more can you ask for? You know, what more can you ask for?
You know, Crusher, you hitting on it, brother. You saying it, and we covered that early on in the broadcast that the Saints are number one. Well, that was actually yesterday's stream when we covered it. And that was written by, and you look at the statistics, the Saints are the best in the NFL in the red zone. You know, they're hitting on it. Yeah. You know, we top 3 in terms of interceptions. We number 3 in the NFL with interceptions. So the Saints defense, and I kept saying this just to preface the fact that the Saints are doing this and they still missing some of their best players. We're talking about David Onyemata, who doesn't return until after this matchup. Quan Alexander, we getting production from our young guys like Paulson Adebo and Pete Werner. Then you're looking at guys like Davenport as well. So I mean, it's really, really awesome, man, to say the least, of how just watching how the Saints operate, man, defensively speaking. And when we get all of our full stock back, this is going to be a scarier defense than we've seen in a very long time. But let me give a shout out, and I'm gonna give it to you, Brother Prime. Turn over to you in just a second here, and you and Brother Crusher. Hoodie. Thank you for your super chat once again, Hoodie. He says, I will pay everyone who healthy to return from the IR this Monday against the Hawks, but just for a little bit of time to get their feet wet and get up to speed. Thank you, Hoodie. And also, you got another one for
one game.
Yeah, we have. I think Hoodie threw another one out. Let me see if he had another one there.
Ain't no more hamstringing.
Oh, yeah. And Hoodie gave a shout out to Brother Crusher. He says, tell Brother Crusher to get his own podcast, always giving the facts.
Man, I should, man. I need to get my stuff, you know, my fortress.
All right, bro. Let's go to Brother Prime. Brother Prime, I'm gonna give you the flow, my friend. And to the rest of the Great Saint Think Tank family members, thank you, Hoodie, for your super chat, my friend.
Appreciate you, Hoodie. Shout out, brother.
Appreciate y'all. And also, if you want to pop in on the panel, we'll be going for probably right up to 2:00. Then after that, we're going to cut it off. So if you want to get in there before we cut the stream off, the link is pinned to the top of the chat. All right, Brother Prime, the floor is yours, my brother.
Thank you very much. And remember, hit the like button.
That's right, sir. That's right. Appreciate it.
They can't flock with us.
No problem. But I agree with everything what CT said. That it was beautiful. I'm afraid to come behind that, brother, because that was awesome.
I ain't
was
Stephen
awesome.
A. Smith. I ain't Stephen A. Smith,
Oh
man. I
God,
need a
don't talk
haircut.
about him. His voice. I used to look at the show, but his voice really get on my nerves. And I used to look at the Shannon Sharp show, but like I said, that's the Tampa Bay Lakers Cowboy show. So
You already know
I
it's so
can't.
commercialized.
Oh God, it's ridiculous. It's ridiculous. But with that all being said, I just look at this as you want to bring these players back too fast, like Michael Thomas. You don't want nothing to happen to him. It would be good to get the center back, but I think let him put like one of who that said let those players play a couple of snaps, but don't keep them there the whole game because we're gonna really need them for that stretch. Starting with Tampa Bay, because I think we got Tampa Bay, then we got Atlanta, then we got Tennessee, then we got Buffalo, and then we got Dallas. I'm not worried about Atlanta. Atlanta's falling apart. But they always play us hard because they're Atlanta. But I just think we really need to develop these tight ends we have because I think Juwan Johnson is going to be awesome because him and number one, what his name is again?
Callaway.
Yeah.
They got house, bro. They jump up for the ball because a lot of times you need your receiver to jump up because a lot of those 30 interceptions that Jameis threw 2 years ago that everybody like to focus on, a lot of those interceptions were because one, the receivers didn't continue their route and they stopped the route. Or number two, the ball hits their hand and it pop out their hand. So you can't. A lot of these quote unquote interception statistics is really not the blame of the quarterback. And it's amazing. It's amazing to me. And I can say this until I'm blue in the face. How many times did Drew Brees throw picks in playoff games? Because if I'm not mistaken, Drew Brees is really not that good in the playoff record. He may be like what? 2 more wins and two more wins compared to losses. That's not nothing to write home about.
9 and 12, something like that. I could be wrong.
Hey, Big Q, what is his what is Brees' record in the playoffs? That would be something nice to put up.
Oh, I get on that.
And you're talking about other players, CT, brother CT, talking about other players making tackles. How about Williams making that tackle 4 years ago against Minnesota instead of whiffing? Because we would have been there.
Different story.
You see, everybody talking about we cry too much as Saints fans, but we really have a chip on our shoulder for that Los Angeles game because that really that was egregious. That was really egregious.
Yeah, but even after that, I could point to you, brother Prime. I could even say, you know, what hurts more about that no call was the simple fact that we got back on offense and threw an interception. So it's full circle as far as the narrative that's been written. You know, as we always say, as we know, the history is written by the victors.
Yep,
and,
you're right.
So it's a lot of things that people don't understand and don't know. But look, y'all, check this out, man. My phone acting fool. I can't charge it. It's on 2%. I try to plug it up, but it keep like wanting to die. So look, man, I love y'all, bro. Who that to everybody?
Back at you, my brother. Back at you.
You know, stay in touch. Let's get this victory Monday night. You know, let's go to Seattle and make them cry and make it rain and the tears with the rain. You feel what I'm saying? That's what I'm talking about.
All right, brother. Thank you, bro. We'll talk to you later, my brother. Peace.
Who that, baby?
Who that? All right, we got brother Andrew chiming in on the show. Brother Andrew, can you hear us, brother? Brother Dre, can you hear us?
Yeah, I can hear y'all, man. What's going on? Can y'all hear me?
Yes,
can
sir.
Y'all hear me?
Can hear you. Yes, sir. I can hear you. Welcome.
Oh, shucks. Hold on. Yeah. Oh, okay. How y'all doing, gentlemen? How y'all doing, gentlemen? Bro. What's going on? Let's go ahead on. Let's get this party popping right quick and fast.
All right, brother Andrew. I got a quick question.
Day before games, bro. Hold on. Let me say this, bro. Day before the games, bro, I usually wear. I didn't realize what I was wearing today, and I am wearing Seahawks colors. I did not realize that, bro. when I walk out the door. This is some bullshit. But I'm out here painting cars right now. So let's go. We are about to go ahead on and grab something that I need y'all to think about. We about to suck the life out of the Seahawks. Y'all see this right here? This is a vacuum cleaner, right? I just turned that piece on. Watch what happens when I go ahead on and throw this blue tile up here. We about to suck the life out of these little blue boys, man. These chickens can't even mess with us, man. Go ahead with that, man. Y'all better pull y'all life together, man. These chickens can't mess with us. Shaz, bro, them boys is like this thing right here, a whole dumpster full of trash. That's all that. Lockett, whatever in the world his name is, he can go ahead on trash. You see what I'm saying? Look at here, bro. Besides that, let's also look at something else, right? This guy, number 14, they big wide receiver, Mr. Metcalf, bro. Man, say, bro, he's soft. He's soft. You hit him hard enough, he's soft. He ain't gonna want to get hit no more. I done watched him play too much, bro. Trust me, that dude is a very, very, very soft guy. So let's get down to the brass tacks. We're gonna go ahead on. We're gonna win this game 35. I say 35-10.
All right, 35-10. Okay,
It's all
blowout.
good. It's all good. Yeah,
Bro, we're gonna play a close game. I don't know
Brother
why people
Bell, when were you a drum major at AJ Bell?
1996, 95, 96.
Cause I went to AJ Bell too. I was there from 76 to 79.
Man, hold up, 76 to 79. So you probably know my brothers, Patrick Joseph and LeBron Joseph and all them.
Yep, those names sound really familiar. Now let me ask you this question.
Y'all all know LeBron because of News 26. Y'all all know my brother LeBron. So that's one big thing right there. But go ahead, Doc.
So when you was at Bell, was there still a painting of a shield on the wall in the cafeteria when you was at Bell? That was after they closed down Bell.
No. That shield was still there, brother.
Yeah,
that shield was still in the cafeteria.
I did that shield.
Oh man, well, thanks to you, buddy. Look at here, man. At least I got to take some good pictures in front of it. Lost them in Katrina, but hey, it is what it is.
Oh man, I wish you had those pictures because I went there to look for it after Katrina, and I found out they had closed the school line and started turning into apartment complexes. I wanted to get a picture of that for memories.
Man, look, New Orleans is a totally different place, bro. Gentrification, all that type of stuff like that has happened to our community, man. We have to accept some things as they do change. I mean, like you look at it, prices have gone up in our economy. They're asking, for a lot of money for these places, bro, that you would normally pay like, back in the day, you were paying $500-$600. Now you're having to pay like, $1,500 just to stay there, bro. That's crazy, man. So, I know a couple of people like that right now who tell me, that like, projects that used to be there, they had assisted living and stuff like that. And now, man, you don't even have assisted living down there. So it's gentrification, bro. It's money. It's all about money, bro. What's the money grab? What can we get? Even with the Saints right now, when they go ahead on and they're saying, oh, well, we want this size stadium, we want that, this, that, and the other, man. Well, think about it, man. New Orleans is look at the East. Let's just go there, okay? It's a crime-ridden area. I mean, come on, bro. Look at here. We need more police out there. We need, better policing out there.
I have relatives.
So, me personally, bro. Yeah, man. And I'm in Baton Rouge. So basically, for me, it's more like, hey, I come to New Orleans, I get in there, go to the game, get out. You know what I'm saying? Get out of there. Oh, and shout out to our special teams, bro. I really, really, really feel, bro, that our punt is going to come through in a major way for us. In a major way. We got to go ahead and look at it.
No wonder Shawn didn't play him last year. He didn't want to expose him. That was a smart move.
That's just what he did to Jameis. He didn't expose Jameis last year. Think about it.
Yep.
Same thing to Lil George.
This dude just had eye surgery. He's starting to adjust himself to the field again. Because look at it like this here, right? If y'all notice, Jameis' eyes are way downfield now. They are not, like, on the intermediate routes that are right there, and he sees him, but he's trying to go for the gusto. Man, he got to stop that sometime and start, playing, a little Marty ball every once in a while. You know, Marty Schottenheimer. That's one of the. That dude would always charges like 4, 10-6. He always had a winning record, but that Marty ball though, it gets yardage, it gets everything, and that's what Drew Brees was playing mostly. In the end of his career, towards the latter part of his career, was more Marty ball. So I think that if we were to go ahead on and implicate that with Jameis, instead of him always looking downfield for that big shot, and I understand his eyes are big. He's like, man, I can see this stuff now. Man, look at those little intermediate routes. I mean, like, I've watched footage on it to where, like, he has missed, like, Kamara. He's missed Harris on the ends. He's missed Callaway, right there. They're wide open right there in the underneath route. Right. He's just not catching it. But, as I digress, man, it is what it is.
You're right. I agree with you. Because I think the come out part. I think Jameis' come out part is going to be in 2 weeks against Tampa Bay. That's when I think his come out part is going to happen.
Like a donkey.
Man, look, his come out party is like this week right here, bro. You're playing Geno Smith. You know what I'm saying? I mean, come on.
They're struggling, man. They're struggling pretty bad.
Geno Smith is not a.
We got to take care of business, though, brother Pat Rich. Come on. We need to come out there. We need to knock them down. We can't give them any credit, bro. You right on Geno Smith. We got to put him on the ground. But at the same time, we got to – this workman type attitude, blue-collar smackdown we got to do, establish the game plan and make it happen. Their defense is really bad, man, despite all those good players. Bobby Wagner, big out there. They are pretty bad, and they're giving up 140-plus yards a game on the ground, 300 yards in the air, 440 something. I mean, good grief. Talking to brother Mike, who covers the team, and he's a Seattle guy, and he was talking about that. He was like, "Yeah, they ain't too good back there," and they complaining about Jamal Adams and how he got the big contract, and somebody gonna get fired if they lose to the Saints. And I'm saying to myself, I don't want to see nobody get fired. Well, that's a
hey, you gotta go. You know what I'm saying? You gotta get out there. That's all it is to it, bro. Look, beat out, whatever in the world happens,
Right.
Run the ball to open up the pass.
Yeah, I mean, like, Shuz, bro. Everybody wants well, I mean, like, hold up. So is McCoy gonna be back, right? Then we got Armstead, he's gonna be back. So I mean, like, our offensive line's complete. Only thing I say, Q, bro, you make me mad with one thing with you, bro. You defend this dude, Andreas Pete, all day long. I can't stand this guy. I'm being real, bro. I can't stand that guy, bro. I mean, like, bro, he steps on the quarterback's foot. You know what I'm saying? He's bro. Yeah, you know what I'm saying? That's one thing. The run game, I don't see him getting downfield at all. I mean, bro, it's like he's just sitting there. He's just getting paid. I wish I had his job. He's not. I mean, really, he's not doing anything on that field, man. When you watch him with the run game, how he's supposed to block downfield, how he's supposed to catch, a defensive tackle that's either coming or pulling to the inside. If they run a stunt on him, he's lost in the wind. I mean, come on, bro. There are many things that I have seen wrong with that guy.
Because I think whenever they play a tight end, he's always playing on his side. The tight end is always on P side if I'm not mistaken.
Right. Bro, man, look, I don't know what in the world you could do. You could take at practice and put passing gear over there or something like that just to go ahead and toughen him up or something, bro. Anybody, I don't care who. Put all your mouth in front of him and keep, banging his head together or something, bro. Because this dude needs some toughness. Something wrong with him, man. I cannot stand that guy. And Q, you defend that son of a bitch.
He's a good old lineman, bro.
So on your mind is coming back to the game, I pick you.
Bro, listen, I told you. I already explained about Anderson.
No, his next game.
Andrews ain't giving me nothing to really help him out this year. I mean, he been playing really bad. Not bad, but not playing up to par of the contract. I mean, he earned that contract. He played those different positions, but man, he ain't maintaining it. So I got to keep it real.
Did you just say he earned that contract?
He did earn that contract. Come on, brother Pat Rich. That man, and that's why I always got to throw Andrews Pete's story in there, because people be forgetting about Andrews Pete and what he had to go through to get there. He started off a tackle. He was moved all the way around. I don't want to do the whole damn thing. Y'all know how it go.
Yeah.
But he ultimately became an all-pro guard.
Yeah.
People say Q was an alternate. I'm like, dude, do you not understand how difficult that is to become an alternate Pro Bowl offensive lineman with all these different offensive linemen in the NFL? But Andrews Pete was able to do that twice.
Well, Daniels was an alternate when he went to
as a guard, but as a guard though, brother Prime, is what I'm saying. He was never a guard before, and all of the stuff he had to do, move from tackle this side of the offensive line tackle position to the other side. Every time Armstead gets hurt, you move them over there to cover Drew Brees' blind side. And really, it was up to a couple of years ago that Coach Payton stopped doing that and let him stay at the guard position, even though he played every position except for center, and made double Pro Bowl at the guard position, which he never played before.
Right.
But since
all his college school and college life.
But that Trey, you see what I'm saying? So he developed it to an all-pro guard despite the movement twice, and he got the money. He earned the money, but I got to give it to the man, because he was off the team, and Coach Payton couldn't get who he wanted. Said, you know what? We was gonna get that other guy a lot more money than Pete Andrews. Let's go ahead on and bring Andrews back in, because he's versatile. We can play these different spots for us. This year, Andrews Pete ain't looking like all that. I got to give it to you. I got to keep it real. He ain't looking like all that this year, but it's still a lot of football left. He got to clean it up.
And you see what right. And what you're saying, Big Q, Andrews Pete reminds me of what I've been telling my students for years. When you know your job and somebody else's job, that makes you much more valuable. Because when it's time that some people get cut or lose their job, they're going to keep you because you know your job and somebody else's job. That makes you much more valuable, especially when it's our people. I tell our students, young brothers and sisters, that all the time. You know your job, you know somebody else's job, man, beautiful. It's going to make it hard for them to get rid of you, especially if you work on time and do what you have to do.
Brother Prime, you're 100% right. That adds to your value when you can do multiple positions. Because listen, that's what I was saying about Andrews. Like, well, you give Andrews Pete that money, and Coach Payton saying, you know what, could be a possibility if somebody goes down, or we can swing him to the right tackle position, you know, or whatever happen, or we can move him to this side of the field so the offensive line is solidified, because he played right tackle, left guard, right guard. Like I said, he played every position but the center position, and that versatility, regardless if people want to see that or not, is why in his play at a Pro Bowl level to get those Pro Bowls twice is the reason why Coach Payton and Mickey Loomis broke him off. Now, he has not played up to par this year, and like I would like to see him, but there's still plenty of football left for him to iron that thing out. And I do have faith in our assistant coaches. I'm gonna just keep it real. I said we got the best assistant coaches in the business. And that's what it comes down to with me and my mindset.
So taking them every season.
That's what I'm saying, though, bro. You know, sooner or later, I think he'll iron some of these wrinkles out. The Saints will be able to start running that ball again, and we should see some stuff. A lot of family members saying it's going to be a blowout. Brother Pat Rich came in and said it's going to be a blowout. And like KK said, don't underestimate nobody. So that's how I feel. That's how I feel about my thing.
They're pros too, and they got pride. I would like to see a blowout, but if the Saints win by a point, I'm still happy. I would love to see a blowout.
Right.
I
just want to see them separate.
To be a blowout, they know.
Well, you beat Seattle twice the last couple of times that you played them. Last two times the Saints played Seattle, we beat them. We covered that. But when you look at the end result, the underestimation factor is we got the binoculars, the high power binoculars out looking in every direction after that Giants debacle. That should never have happened. That don't statistically make sense when you go back and look. I covered the game, and I'm still confused about how the hell that happened. That's never supposed to happen. That was actually and when that happened, that set the stage right there, because, of course, the offensive line didn't show up to play against Carolina, you know, but the Saints were beating this team by double digits and had a little implosion before our eyes and left us tail spinning. So, I mean, at the end of the day, that got our guard up about, hey, man, listen, we got to pay attention to whoever it is, regardless if it's the Sea Chickens or whoever else it is. We got to keep our minds and eyes focused and don't underestimate nobody. That's the bottom line. Workman type mentality, go in there, blue collar work ethic, and dominate and do what we got to do to get the win. Bottom line.
I agree with you, and you see it. This is just one thing at a time, and they're professionals, and they have pride, and they're not going to be embarrassed. They're not going to want to be drop to 2-5, because when they do drop to 2-5, their season is practically over with because they're in a real strong division. And in our division, everybody's falling into place. And as far as Green Bay is concerned, if you look at it, Green Bay outside of Minnesota, that's still a weak division because Chicago got a young quarterback, and that's who Tampa Bay play tomorrow. And they're more likely going to embarrass Chicago. So they got quarterback problems. And Detroit, enough said about Detroit. Detroit hasn't had a winning season in, I don't know, 6 or 7 years. So Green Bay is the cream of the crop. But you see the Green Bays and the Tampa Bays of the world, when Aaron Rodgers leave and when Tom Brady finally decides to retire after this year, they're going to be has-beens, those two organizations, because trust me, once Tom Brady leaves Tampa Bay, don't you think that the running back is going to hang it up? The wide receiver that used to play for Pittsburgh, that wanted to play for us, don't you think he's going to hang it up?
Yeah, he's leaving.
All these people that follow him, Gronk is going to hang it up, and Tampa Bay, they ain't going to have nobody behind
It will
them.
suck a game.
Well, I mean, they'll say, well, at least we got the Super Bowls, and that'll appease them for at least a couple of years.
But they're not getting the Super Bowl this year. Everybody talk about Tampa Bay. I'll guarantee Tampa Bay is not making it to the Super Bowl this year.
Tom Brady said he wants to play till he's 50. So
we're going to knock them out the playoffs this year. Watch.
He said he wants to play till he's 50. So we're gonna see how it go. That means, yeah, we're gonna see. I mean, he running the show. He got control, and they just on the Tom Brady train right now. But thank you, Hoodie, for your super chat, fam. He says, okay, he sent me an email, share it, and we'll laugh. All right, I'll do that, bro. Thank you. All right, so with that being said, fam, we're gonna end the stream on that. Right, just over 2 hours of content right here. Another really great show. I appreciate the family members, Brother Prime, Brother Trey, Brother Pat Rich, Brother Crusher, and all of the great Saint Think Tank and Who Dat Nation, the Black Gold family members for chiming in the chat. I'd like to give a big shout out to Brother Michael-Shawn Dugar of The Athletic, covers the Seattle Seahawks squad. He was able to come in this morning and drop some game with us with Seattle, man. I had a ball, really cool dude, man. And like I said, check out the brother's work. He doing a lot of good work, real professional, really cool dude. I like them guys a lot, man. Meet a lot of really good dudes, man, out there doing great work covering their squads as well. So good, always good to talk to smart people for their team, because we the great Saint Think Tank over here. We got it going on mentally. So I mean, it's all to the good. So once again, thank y'all.
I reached out to the brother, my frat brother, that's the Carolina fan, a couple of times.
Rashad.
Yeah,
they good dudes too, man. Like I said, we've been fortunate, man. We meet a lot of great people.
It's all about networking. It's all about networking, my brother. It's all about networking. Now, Big Q, how old is, if you don't mind me asking, how old is your son?
Well, I got two sons. One is 13 and the other one 12.
Look, I want you to send me an email, because I want to send you a link to see if they may be interested in learning how to do some drafting. Because I have a YouTube channel too, but I just post the school stuff on it.
Okay. Yeah, I got my one of my sons he's more into like drawing and stuff like that. Not my other
technical drawing, that'd be right up his alley.
Yeah. He likes animation, like drawing and stuff like that, and he's very imaginative. And my other son, he likes some of those things too, but he's more my kind of thing. Well, I did both of those things. I was used to draw really good, and I remember I won contest drawing and stuff, won televisions drawing and all that. When Channel 26 used to do these contests, and this was some time ago in the 90s, when they used to give out televisions for people that would draw the characters, the cartoon characters. I would win those contests.
I entered a couple of those back in the 80s. We had to draw the cartoon character that people came in my house and was telling my mama at the time, when she was still living, saying, well, if you spend this kind of money, I'm like, Mama, no, don't worry about it.
Yeah.
But yeah, man, I really appreciate your Big Q, and I had to take the day to show my face.
Well, we
For sure.
appreciate you, brother Prime, dropping that science too, bro. Coming in here dropping science as you always do, man. And I appreciate each and every last one of y'all for being here.
ESPN can't flock with us over here, Q. You already
Nope.
know.
Go Trey. Trey
And
always drop that.
none of
jewel.
none of us have receding hairlines.
Stephen A. Smith gonna chop all that off and surprise y'all ass one day. So big ups to the fam, man. Tasha says, Q, why haven't you invited a Cowboys guest? It ain't time yet. It ain't Tasha, how about bring the Cowboys around? We don't play the Cowboys till what week? What is it?
I said after the Buffalo game. That's
it's
13,
How far?
week 13, 14 around there.
That's
because
a ways away.
I'm surrounded by Cowboy fans, and I got some
Yeah.
bets too, and they're gonna be paying up some money.
Yeah, I promise you, Tasha. I'm gonna bring on a Cowboy personality. I will. I promise you that. I'm gonna bring. It's a couple of people that I'm gonna bring on. It's a brother that I actually like who do good Cowboy content. Don't be surprised.
Jared Jones in his stadium of carnal pleasures with the strip holes in the end zones.
Tasha ain't gonna like that. All right, so much love, fam. Appreciate y'all on that. And I'm gonna holler at y'all later. Listen, fam, please feel free to hit the like button. If you hadn't hit the like button, baby, hit that like button. If you're not a subscriber, subscribe to the Sports Coma. Share the show links on your social media feed. Check out the pro shops and get that new Jameis gear. Team Jameis, baby. We ride with Jameis. That's our
Which link is that? Which link is that? Because I want to buy that shirt.
It's right right in the description section below. Hold on, brother Prime. I would put it in the chat. Matter of fact, you asked. I will put that in the chat, my brother. Hold on just a second.
Because I will buy that, my brother. I will buy that.
It's all kind of stuff. It's not just like a unisex shirt that a man or a woman wears. No, we got the women got their own stuff. The brothers can, the men got their own stuff. So it's not like it's a unisex shirt, and it's really good quality stuff too, to be honest with you, man. It's really good quality, and it's a bunch of gear, not just shirts, long sleeve, short sleeve, or otherwise. It's also other things too. It's hats and mugs and all kind of stuff. So hold on, let me get that link there.
Because I'm big on supporting our businesses, bro. Because we need to we need to become more producers and less consumers.
Yes, that's how you gain that power too. We advocated so much of our manufacturing ability. That's right. We advocated so much of it, and that's how we get it back, by producing. So there it is, family. That's the Team Jameis gear, and it's all kind of stuff, all kind of merch. So, and it's also the pro shops there for all the other merch that we've been doing. I don't know how much, but it's hundreds of products that we have in each pro shop. That's the link right there. I just put it in the chat for the family members who want to go there and get some Jameis gear as well. So there it is. All right. So all right.
Thank you.
No, hold on. He says, oh, okay. You want me to share? Hold on, Hoodie. Let me see what I can find here before I get off the stream. Hold on here. Say sent it to me. Share the link. Hold on here. Hold on just a second, my man. Let me see if I can access that quickly.
I got it. Thank you very much.
Okay, you got it, bro. All right, hold on just a second. Hold on, Hoodie. Let me see if I can pull it up, bro. Having problems opening this damn email. Hold on here. All right. Okay. All right. That is funny. Hoodie, hold on. Let me show the family members that. Hold on. Give me a second.
Where Big Swade, man?
He around, bro. I'm pretty sure he'll pop up coming up soon, bro. I'm gonna put the request. I'm gonna let him know that the people asking about him, and you know what he gonna tell me. Ain't nobody asking about me. That's what he always say every time I say, bro, they asking about you. Ain't nobody asking about me. All right.
Yeah, he just wants you to butter him up. That's a buttering me up.
That's what that is?
That's what that is. Because he's really saying, oh man, they like me. Oh, they saying anything about me?
Ain't nobody asking about me. You just saying that. I'm like, no, I'm not. Why would I tell
Sprinkles.
Sprinkles. Hold on, bro. I'm trying to share this. Hold on. It's not letting me share. Hold on, bro. I don't know why it's not letting me share. Hold on, Hoodie. I know what I'm going to do. Give me a second, fam. I'm going to show this. Hoodie sent me something to show to the family members. So just give me a second, and I'm going to load it up so I can show it to you guys.
That's good, my brother. You mastering the technology. Like I tell my students who can't stay off their cell phones during class, I call them electronic crack pipes because that's how addicted they are.
Yeah, it's crazy. I guess my children doing that, brother. I'm like, man, you gonna put that down, man? We have to go over here. Okay.
Don't
like,
let
man,
the technology master you. You be the master of the technology.
This is true.
Facts. Go outside. It's a beautiful earth.
Yes, it is.
Let me see. Hold on. Let me see.
We only have one of them.
For sure.
Let me see if I can. I'm having a hard time trying to get this. Hold on here. Okay. Hold on just a second. I can't, for whatever reason, it's not letting me share, hoodie. Hold on here. Give me just a second. Yeah, I'm going to try to see if I can do it, bro. I'm trying to share it with, hold on. It's not letting me share it for whatever reason. Hold on. I'm going to try one more time here.
Technical difficulties.
Let's see here. Maybe I can do this. I'm just.
You need that old school screen when you used to have technical difficulties on the TV and they put that little symbol.
Hold on, yeah. Let me see. It's a picture that he sent me that's showing. It's like Coach Peyton Jameis and Elvin Kamara in a ring, like the wrestlers, man. Yeah, that's what I'm doing. Yeah, I'm saving it to the computer now. Yeah, let me name it here. All right, so we're gonna do that.
And I really want, if I look at one player, two players that really deserve a Super Bowl ring on this team, I will first say Alvin Kamara, because Alvin Kamara was a steal, bro. What, 4th round?
Okay, credit to the Saints for finding him, bro.
And Adebo is gonna be a steal too.
Let me see if I can put this up.
I want to see Demario Davis.
Demario Davis.
I would love to
see
Demario Davis get a Super Bowl.
leave that up. I'm about to screenshot this myself. That's awesome. Wait a minute.
Oh, there it is. You see Jameis in the middle. Look at the faces that Jameis is making, man. That's pretty funny. Look at Coach Peyton all to the right.
Got it. Saving that.
All right. Thank you for sending that, hoodie. All
right. So, good job.
Much love to y'all. Appreciate y'all. I'm going to get out on that. Appreciate y'all. Y'all feel free. Y'all have a great afternoon, man.
You too, man.
To this thing.
You too, my brother.
Each and every last one of y'all.
Much love.
And I'll see you. Remember, we'll be back later on today for our family members, our LSU family members. We'll have a Tough Tiger talk after the matchup. LSU going against Ole Miss. It should be coming on in a few minutes. At Pelicans play tonight as well for our Pelican faithful. The Pelicans play Minnesota tonight. We'll be covering that as well. And, of course, there's some boxing that's going on with Jamel Herring against Shakur Stevenson. We'll probably cover that on our Monday stream for Ring Kings Boxing. There's 2 million is rehab. He had C19. He was hospitalized, but he's fine. He's out. He's good. And my brother will be on the show.
And my brother Trey, you have a good weekend, my brother.
You too, mate.
All right, fam. Appreciate y'all. Thank y'all for the panel. Wonderful work. And much love to the great Saint Think Tank. Who that? And I'm out.
Later.
Who that, baby?
Yeah. Well, all right. Like you always say, welcome. Number 1 sports talking D. We ain't like the Falcons. We won't blow the lead. Look, all we talk is who that? Who got cut and who back? Rookies in the vets. Players you should look at. It's the sports coma. You don't want to miss it. Got the pre-game, party, post-game statistics. Get a visit for Sway. Maybe DC or 5. It's the hottest thing smoking. Big Q and the guys. Go to YouTube Live. Make sure you subscribe. Interviews inside the Saints locker room high. Talk to Drew, Jordan, Zach, Peyton, New Orleans, who that nation. Best believe when I say we bleed gold and black. Ain't a miracle or robbery could ever hold us back. No, Beastquake, Bounty Gate, let the truth be told. It's the sports coma, all we know is Saints Super Bowl. Yeah.
You're listening to the Sports Coma with Big Q and the guys on the PRO Media Network.
Who that say they gonna beat them Saints? Who that
WhoThatDaily.com. That's right, the WhoThatDaily.com. Your one-stop shop for everything New Orleans Saints, New Orleans Pelicans, LSU Tigers, even the top flight boxing news. So if you're a Who That and you're looking for a place to stay up on your team, WhoThatDaily.com is your site. The WhoThatDaily.com for the sport Who That in all of us.